face fare rises from today after a Christmas period ruined for thousands by widespread cancellations and delays. Fares regulated by the government, including season tickets, are going up by 2.5%. Meanwhile, new trains are due to be introduced on Thameslink through Bedfordshire and Hertfordshire from this month. Roger Perkins from the operator says more drivers will be recruited and the service will then benefit.
We're going to have more coming on stream in January, February, March who are already in training. So we've got people coming through. The situation will get back to normal come the new year. It's specifically, you get more pressure in terms of holidays and festive period and whether people were prepared to work rest days and overtime. Drivers have been phenomenally flexible.
A rescue operation is underway for a cargo ship adrift off the southeast coast of Italy with about 400 migrants but no crew on board. It was apparently abandoned in rough seas by people smugglers in the Mediterranean. A new study suggests most cancer cases are down to bad luck rather than unhealthy lifestyles, diet or genes. Researchers in the US found random mutations are responsible for 2/3 of adult cancers. A cap on the cost of payday loans takes effect from today. Lenders will be restricted to charging daily interest of no more than 0.8% of the amount borrowed. The total cost has been capped. Lenders will have to ensure their customers can afford the repayments. Chris Woolard is from the Financial Conduct Authority.
Our research that we published last year clearly showed that for some borrowers, the effect of taking out a payday loan was to drive you deeper into debt. And the cap is structured to try and avoid that problem in the future.
In sport, the former England captain Steven Gerrard is leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. Chelsea and Manchester City are level on points at the top of the Premier League after Chelsea lost 5-3 at Tottenham last night. And Milton Keynes Dons host Chesterfield this evening in their rearranged FA Cup second-round tie. The weather, a mild start, but getting colder again, although it will be dry and sunny today. A maximum temperature 10 degrees Celsius. And you can get the latest news and sport online at bbc.co.uk/3 counties.
Thank you, Simon. Morning, this is Iain Lee, BBC Three Counties Radio. We're slowly moving back into... that's not should be there, that's better. We're slowly moving back into normal procedures. Catherine Boyle's with me in this studio.
Let's see if the microphone works. It works.
It works. It's been fixed. The sugar contamination incident, let's never speak of again, except when I tell Kelly Betts you missed me spilling a hot honey and lemon drink all over the desk, forcing our technician to come in 2 days in a row on his holiday. Boy, oh boy, he wasn't happy, and rightfully so, and I've sent him humble apologies.
Yeah, you did a coffer.
I didn't call it that, though. I spilt my drink all over the thing. In 52 years of broadcasting, I've never done that, and I sent Mr. Mark Travers the most humblest apologies, and do you know what? Maybe he'll get a bottle of something in the new year. Squash. Kelly Betts is back.
Hi.
You've recovered from your food poisoning.
Yes.
That's great news.
Well, I mean, I was in yesterday. I worked yesterday.
She did some excellent shows.
I had 2 days off because I had days off for working over Christmas.
And the food poissoning was at the start of those days off.
Was
so you had 3 days off, essentially.
Yeah, but I didn't enjoy any of it.
No. Hey.
How's your throat?
Oh, yo. I coughed up a small animal this morning.
Chest weasel.
Chest weasel.
Did you keep it?
No, I didn't. It scampered away under the bed. Vinyl Friday, guys.
Across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's Vinyl Fridays. Today is the start of, well, definitely 2 new features, potentially 3. Vinyl Friday, Catherine.
Yeah.
Sell it to Kelly Betts.
You know vinyl.
As though she's from another planet and she's got no idea what's going on.
Once upon a time, before CDs, there was something called a record, and it was made out of something called vinyl. It was black, it had ridges in it, and it made music.
No way.
But it also crackled, and the crackle is the thing we crave.
And it sounded a little bit like this. You look listen. Just listen. Here we go. Hang on. Here we go. Listen to that. Now listen, I've discovered a formula. This plus Dealey.
Oh, baby, yeah. That sounds good.
It would be quite... Justin, just say anything you want, because it sounds like you're a recording from the olden days.
Good morning, guys. Happy New Year. You're listening to the BBC. Iain Lee, his name is above the door, and he's going to be here for you throughout 2015, every morning, between 6 and 9. Enjoy.
And what's great as well is because you've got a really bad cold, so you sound even more like you're from the olden days.
Exactly, guys. I'm from 1942, broadcasting for you this morning on the streets of Beds, Herts and Bucks.
Listen, it's Vinyl Friday, Justin.
Yeah,
every Friday we're just going to play vinyl records. You and Kels are welcome to bring them in. Catherine and I have brought some in today. We're playing Please Please Me. That was from the Please Please Me album by the Beatles.
Yeah.
52 years old this year. This is my mum's copy, and do you know what? I've just noticed something that I've seen so many times I'd never noticed it before. Look what's written on the back of that.
Oh, your mum's name?
My mum's name and address. She's put her name and address on it.
You see, that album is actually very special in my life. I'll tell you why. Because my love for music comes from my dad, and that was the first album that he ever bought. He's got it at home, and he's got it in mint condition.
And this record is not... You're not meant to listen to this on CD. It's meant to sound crackly. It's meant to sound tinny. And on the back of mine, Linda, in her best handwriting, Linda Jennings, 321 Essex Road, N1. Oh,
brilliant.
In case, of course, her records got lost, and then someone go, I found this Beatles record. Oh, look, it belongs to Linda Jennings on Essex Road. I'll take it there,
She might have taken it to a party. That's probably what it was.
So many people took records to parties. People borrowed them. They never, ever got them back. Some of those records, like Please Please Me, if that's in mint condition, that's worth a few bob now.
Trust me, this is not in mint condition. This has been well fingered by my mother. Let me just say. But yeah, so just next Friday, bring in some vinyl records.
Yeah, I've got some Big Fun albums. I've got some Bros albums. Sunita, Sabrina, the music from my youth.
Now, just we're going to speak. It's the last day. It's the last day of the half-term holidays. Okay, and on Monday we go back to normal, and we kind of mess around and we do serious stories and all that kind of stuff. But today we're kind of up in the air. So Vinyl Friday is the first new feature we've got today. Catherine, explain the second new feature we've got between 7:30 and 8.
Pop in Friday. Should we call it that?
Why not? Pop in Friday. How does it work?
You pop in on a Friday.
Yeah.
Between, 7:30 and 8?
Maybe if you want to turn up a little bit earlier. But yes, between 7:30 and 8, you're welcome to come into the studio.
Well, we say you're welcome. Right, you're welcome for a limited time. I mean, don't overstay your welcome.
At 1 minute to 8, you'll be told, in no uncertain terms, get out.
Get out.
Get out.
And there will be no refreshments provided.
Correct. It's a very, very basic deal.
Well, if I'm here, I don't mind making teas and coffees.
Whoa.
You've got... Well, hang on, first of all, we don't want to set a precedent.
Yeah.
And you've got the lurgs.
Well, that's the risk you take if you want to come into the studio.
We've got a coffee machine that will cost you 20 pence.
If you want to buy your own drinks, then you can. And this is open to anyone, any age. You can be 90, you can be 5, although if you're 5, probably best you turn up with an adult. Don't just wander in as a 5-year-old. That'd be brilliant, but weird.
I'd love to see a 5-year-old just getting on a bus.
It would be so awesome.
Luton, please.
It would be so awesome. But and we're fully aware that no one may turn up, and that's fine as well. But the plan is between 7:30 and 8 on a Friday, anyone can wander in. You don't need to have a talent or anything. You wander in, you sit in the studio with me and Catherine, and you talk to us for half an hour or so, and that's it.
Just have a chat. You don't have to come in and do an act or anything like that.
What if the same man turns up by himself every single week?
He comes in.
Okay.
I'm going to give this 3 months, okay? So the end of March, and we'll have a little on-air meeting to decide whether it's worked or not. And if it hasn't worked, okay, fine. We'll move on to something else. If it has worked, then Gillard Bronze will be ours. More awards for us, he said, rubbing his hands with me.
You did say around Christmas time this may not work, and the last time you did this, you had some great people. You had characters in the studio, but also people with talent. So I've got every faith. 3 months, I think this will work.
Dealey, can we speak to you a bit later on? I want to talk to you about Dry January, please.
Yeah.
A
bit silly.
I think it's ridiculous. Everyone doing Dry January. Here's an idea. Why don't you just grow up? Just grow up,
guys.
Just we'll speak to you in a bit.
Take care.
Ta-ta. 08459 455 555. What are you writing in your diary?
I'm writing down the names of the tracks because I'm going to have to start logging these.
I wrote down all the tracks from yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you log them?
I haven't got a clue what that means. I'm show and go. Have you got another record? Let's have
Sometimes you'll just go.
Yeah.
Let's see what bursts forth, shall we?
Yeah.
08459 455 555 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call, by the way. We'll go through the papers in a bit. The newspapers are weird, aren't they? They kind of give up the ghost for 2 or 3 weeks over Christmas. They just don't bother anymore, which is a little bit rude, I think. I've not even looked in the papers today. It'll be ways to stay healthy, it'll be your stars, and it'll be predictions for 2015 and pictures of drunk people from New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah, there are lots of those. Funny how they were on the spot, ready to see the girls fall over.
It's almost as if they were that those photos were staged. I mean, no.
There might be a banana skin just slightly out of shot.
08459 455 555 BBC Three Counties Radio.
Is it about a gap year?
Erotic party operations.
I've been waiting so long to be where I'm going, in the sunshine of your love, 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 love. I'm with you, my love. The light shining through on you. I'm with you, my love. It's the morning and just we two. I'll stay with you, darling, now. I'll stay with you till my seeds are dried up. Oh, yeah. I've been waiting so long to be where I'm going, in the sunshine of your love, love, love. Oh, sunshine, baby, of your love, just your love.
Love it. Vinyl Friday. Every Friday, all we do is play records. 08459 455 555 is the phone number. Catherine, you're with me in this studio. It's an honour. And, nay, it's a delight, madam, to have your presence with us today because you, as we know, you were bunking off yesterday. Well, you're bunking off yesterday, and that is fine.
They gave me the day off because I'd worked a corporation day. Yes, there still are such things.
What did you do with your New Year's?
To be honest, I'd rather have come into work.
Hey.
My kids watched the CBeebies pantos. Yes, all 4 of them, back to back.
Blimey. Since we've discovered Amazon Prime and, more importantly, the penguins of Madagascar, we don't watch CBeebies. I've got no idea what Andy and Alex and Katie are up to anymore.
Oh, Katie yesterday.
Oh, what was Katie doing? I bet she was wonderful.
Grating on me, that's what she was doing.
Oh, she can grate on me anytime she wants. Yes, Kelly?
You have travel.
What?
Yeah.
Flip.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
In Hudston-on-Ware Road, that's closed in both directions between Roselands Avenue and Middlefield Road because of an accident. It's looking clear on the Great North Road around the Black Cat roundabout through the roadworks, but that could cause delays later on. And on the trains, there's a signalling problem at Nuneaton, so that means that Virgin and London Midland trains from Milton Keynes to Rugby have delays. Thameslink are also only running 2 trains an hour today between Sutton and Luton and St Albans. Samantha Bruff, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thank you, Samantha.
Thanks.
He said, carefully moving his drink away, because that can't ever happen again. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's 6:19. It is Friday, the 2nd of January. I'm Iain Lee. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. This is the lead story, and I love it. This is what makes quiet news periods great, is this becomes the lead story. Amateur treasure hunters in Buckinghamshire have uncovered what's thought to be one of the biggest hoards of ancient coins ever found in Britain.
Wow.
That's your lead. Rail passengers face fare rises from today after a Christmas period ruined for thousands by widespread cancellations and delays. And a new study suggests most cancer cases are down to bad luck.
BBC Three Counties Radio. If you love music, you'll love weekends here on BBC Three Counties Radio. Every Saturday, Justin Dealey plays the forgotten tracks and your musical memories. There's 2 hours of rock and roll heaven with Bernie Keith.
She's your fine looking, man. She's something else.
BBC Introducing brings you local unsigned acts.
You cut your teeth on the like of uncertain.
There's a rhythm in your heart.
And the late Paul Barnes plays fabulous tunes to ease you into Sunday morning.
The continental
Love music, love Saturdays on BBC Three Counties Radio. Call 08459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
There's lots of pictures of girls in their pants and men puking up. It's primarily girls in their pants, isn't it, in the
Falling
papers?
over, yeah.
I mean, what
Some of them look like they're not wearing any pants.
What's that young lady in Birmingham wearing in the red? I mean, is that an outfit?
Yeah, that's what's known as a play suit. Doesn't look like she's having much fun.
I can't do that voice anymore. What's amazing is... and then there's girls in bikinis in the cold weather.
That's okay, because they're not drunk.
The thing is, right, they're in their 20s. I did that in my 20s, and then some. I went out on some massive benders in my 20s, and barely came back from them. I don't get what the... binge booze Britain. Well, it's what people in their 20s do on New Year's Eve.
It's what they have done for years and years, because we work all week. People live for the weekends.
When was it we were all addicted to gin in this country? I'm going to say 1780, something like that, when gin was first brought over.
Probably, yeah.
Gin palaces, and people would have pints of gin. People would die because they were so addicted to gin, they would just down it in one go. It's always been the way.
And then it was the laudanum.
What's that?
It was a sort of drug that you would...
Oh,
yeah, an opiate.
It's always been the way. I remember being... 15, 16 years old and sitting in Salt Hill Park in Slough, my mates, and someone saying, I got this drink called Thunderbird. Who can neck this whole bottle in one go? I'll have a go. necking a whole bottle of Thunderbird. 15, 16-year-olds have always done this.
I remember a kid bringing sherry into school once and a Coca-Cola bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone that even had a sniff got hauled off to the headmistress's office.
And that, listen, and I'm not encouraging it, I'm not condoning it, but this is what young people do. And in their 20s, they go out and they get legless and on New Year's Eve.
Except these days, there are middle-aged men with cameras lying in wait for them because they know it's going to happen.
I don't see what the problem is. If that's what I did that, and I'm glad I don't do it. I've had a hangover for nearly 10 and a half years. Imagine that. And I'm so glad I don't drink now because, A, I think it's a waste of money. And B, geez, you know, the number of times I wished I was dead and was puking up in a street or puking up in whatever. But I did it, and I'm glad I did it.
But, on the other hand, we've got fewer police officers these days to be picking up the pieces, and they were stretched this New Year's Eve.
So
people should be a bit more...
Well, they're not that stretched. Look, these coppers have given their helmets to these young ladies, and they're having their pictures taken with them. So
a national newspaper has encouraged them to do that.
So they're really stretched resources there in Cardiff.
They're going to be in so much trouble, aren't they?
They are. They're not allowed... I don't think coppers are allowed to have their photos taken with drunk girls wearing their helmets.
I thought they were only allowed to give helmets to pregnant women who needed the loo. Which I really wanted to try out when I was pregnant, but never had the guts.
What's still whoopsie in?
Well, apparently there is a law that means that you can ask them for their helmets if you need a wee.
A wee or a whoopsie?
A wee, I would say. A whoopsie might be...
And then what? No, I don't...
Might be pressing your advantage somewhat.
Where are the legal places you can do a wee? If you're a cab driver, you can do a wee-wee against the rear wheel.
On your tyre, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're pregnant, you can do a wee-wee in a policeman's helmet. What other places are there where you can do a wee?
Legally?
Yeah.
Toilets.
So the lead story, and I hope Mackenzie's read this, that some fella has dug up some coins.
We should get one of them.
What?
Metal detector.
Go on then. I'm not going with you to a field.
Oh, go on.
No, I'll go and stand in record shops with you, quite willingly. I'm not going to go and stand in a field with you.
You can have a metal detector too. You start one corner, I'll start the other. We'll be rich by the middle.
It appealed to me when I was 12, but now it looks really dull. Amateur metal detecting enthusiasts have unearthed a pot of gold, a bucket full of coins worth more than £1 million.
Yeah.
The collection of more than 5,000 coins is thought to be around 1,000 years old. Pete Welch, leader of the Weekend Wanderers Detecting Club, said these coins are in superb condition. I have to say, these coins, they are in superb condition.
Who's superb?
He added, they're like mirrors. No scratching, and buried really carefully in a lead container. It looks like only two people have handled these coins. The person who made them and the person what done bury them.
They look good, though.
Now, this is interesting because the story in another paper is that one guy found them. And in the Express, it's that this group found them. And the story in one paper was this guy found them, and he couldn't really afford to go. He wasn't going to go on the treasure hunt, but then someone lent him the 40 quid petrol money to go, and then he found them. In this paper, loads of people found them.
Well, someone must have been holding the detector that went beep in the first instance. Maybe it was the £40 man.
And if you didn't see The Detectorists, by the way, which is a wonderful programme that written by and directed by Mackenzie Crook that was on BBC... I guess it was on BBC 4. I don't get the point of that channel. It's a stupid channel. Because all the good stuff gets hidden away on there. Put that on BBC 2. Anyway, that kind of summed up the exciting world of metal detecting.
Hey, they're putting Birds of the Feather back on.
What, remaking it again?
Yeah.
Well, they did it last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
On ITV with the fella from Busted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Another thing that shouldn't have been resurrected.
Why would they do that?
I'm guessing they've run out of ideas. I saw an advert and it was back-to-back. Back-to-back with Benidorm. So that fella that was married to the loose woman with a wig on. And I just thought, oh, really? What year is it? 2015. We're still doing this. And yet, programmes like that get stashed away on BBC 4.
Why don't they just replay the Birds of a Feather instead of remaking it? Just show them again.
Can't we just go, do you know what? It was all right for the time. Let's do something new.
Hey.
With someone new.
Hey.
Who's written something new.
Hey.
Could be good. Might not be, though. Might be rubbish.
Should we have another record?
Yeah!
I'm gonna put my hand in at random on the veranda and see what comes out. Hey, Phil Spector!
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I tell you what, Kelly, over to you. A or B?
B.
Between 1 and 10?
5.
Oh, baby, baby, baby! You know what I like! 1, 2, 3... Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hang on. Oh, I've knackered it.
This is probably why other stations aren't doing it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Here we go. The inaugural Vinyl Friday. All we do is play records between 6 and... That's not all we do, but the only music comes from records. And also, between 7:30 and 8, we open up the doors. If you want to turn up, you're more than welcome. If you don't, well, up yours. 08459 455 555. Let's get the travel.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
In Hardidston, there's been an accident on Ware Road, so police have closed it between Roselands Avenue and Middlefield Road. Having a look elsewhere on the speed sensors, no problems on the M1 at the moment, and it's all moving fine on the M25. On the trains, there's a signalling problem in Nuneaton, so it means that Virgin and London Midland trains from Milton Keynes to Rugby are running a reduced service now. There's just a train every half an hour, and there's also half an hour being added to the journey. Thameslink are also running only 2 trains an hour today between Sutton and Luton and St Albans. Samantha Bruff, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Across beds, hearts and bugs.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
With the headlines, I'm Simon Oxley. An amateur treasure hunter in Buckinghamshire has found what's thought to be one of the biggest hoards of ancient coins in Britain. The haul, found near Aylesbury, which will now be examined by the British Museum, could be worth more than £1 million. Rail passengers face fare rises from today after a Christmas period ruined for thousands by widespread cancellations and delays. And a new study suggests most cancer cases are down to bad luck rather than unhealthy lifestyles, diet or genes.
Three Counties Sports.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
The former England captain Steven Gerrard is leaving Liverpool. He's expected to confirm today that he'll move at the end of the season, with the MLS in America a possible destination. Gerrard scored both goals yesterday as Liverpool drew 2-2 at home to bottom club Leicester. Chelsea and Manchester City are level on points at the top of the Premier League after Chelsea lost 5-3 at Tottenham last night. Earlier, Manchester City beat Sunderland 3-2. Here's Chelsea manager Jose Mourinho.
We made some defensive mistakes and we lost the game. If I want to be real and objective and go for the truth, I have to say other things that I cannot say, because if I say, I am in trouble.
Elsewhere, Manchester United drew 1-1 at Stoke. Arsenal lost 2-0 at Southampton. Burnley equalised 3 times in a 3-3 draw at managerless Newcastle. In non-league football in Conference South, in yesterday's Hertfordshire derby matches, Hemel Hempstead beat St Albans 3-1. Leaders Boreham Wood were 5-0 winners at Bishop Stortford. Milton Keynes Dons host Chesterfield this evening in their rearranged FA Cup second-round tie. The FA ordered a replay after Chesterfield fielded an ineligible player in last month's 1-0 win at Stadium MK. Don's boss Carl Robinson will make 5 changes to the side beaten by Walsall on Sunday.
We can stand there and look at many different components, and we just weren't good enough to beat Walsall, and it's as simple as that. But we've been good enough to not being beat, only been lose 1-13, and hopefully my players respond, well, they will respond in the right way.
And there's full commentary on the Dons versus Chesterfield on tonight's Three Counties Sport from 7. The winners will go to Scunthorpe in the third round on Tuesday. Tomorrow in the third round, Luton go to Cambridge, Watford are at Chelsea on Sunday. Tomorrow in League 2, Stevenage go to Morecambe, Wickham are at home to Hartlepool. And reigning champion Michael van Gerwen is through to the semi-finals of the World Darts after beating Robert Thornton. BBC Three Counties News and Sport. The next full bulletin is at 7.
Call 08459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Hey up, Dennis.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Right.
Hello.
Now then,
Yes.
did your young lady
Let the
tell you
fun end.
what I suggested?
Sorry?
Did your young lady tell you what I suggested? If you're going to do makeover programmes,
yes,
why don't they make over 3 counties?
Hang on a minute. Let's go back to the original premise. What are you talking about makeover programmes for?
Well, you were talking about the same redoing programmes.
Oh, I see. Right. I thought you meant programmes like
I was going to
Homes.
suggest that you be replaced by Mr. Clooney, and then.
But who's going to play me? That's Kath covered.
Yeah, no, that's Mr. Clooney. No, Kath is going to be Meryl Streep.
Oh.
And Kelly.
Significantly older than
Cameron Diaz.
Kelly's going to be Cameron Diaz.
She's a cracker.
Kelly's going to be the annoying child out of Grandpa in My Pocket.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, you know that since Kelly's been back, she has been and it's ridiculous, constantly in a bad mood.
I'm not in a bad mood.
You see what I mean? Who's going to play you, Dennis?
Sorry?
No, don't apologise. Who's going to play you?
Nobody. I'm impossible to play me. It takes me all my time to play myself.
Well, listen, Dennis, can I just say, you lost me a £5.
Why?
Well, you made it to 2015.
Well, did you think so?
Well, I didn't think you would.
This is my year. This is the year I reached the 90.
Yeah, well, fingers... When will you be 90, Dennis?
29th of May, 19... Oh, no, I was going to say my date of birth then. 29th of May.
OK, well, I really wish you the very best of luck. I'll tell you what, Kath, I'll have a tenner he don't.
Oh, don't say that.
What? I'm being on it. I'll have a tenner that Dennis doesn't.
50 quid he does.
All right, fine. 50 quid you're on.
I'll make it. I've got so many people helping me, including my great-grandsons helping me.
Blimey.
They were feeding me biscuits. No wonder I'm getting fat.
Yeah, you didn't even want any biscuits. They kept shoving... You woke up and they're shoving biscuits down your cake hole.
I think some of them were dog biscuits, actually.
Dennis, thank you very much indeed. Seriously, I'll give you 50 quid, Kels.
Yeah.
I'll take you up on that.
Go on then.
He's not going to make it.
Of course he is.
To 90.
He'll outdo all of us.
I think the word is outlive.
Whatever.
Here's... imagine having a wedding, which is a traumatic and stressful and horrendous experience at the best of times, and then you get gate crashers.
Mm.
And imagine those gate crashers are not Dustin Hoffman, that'll be good. What's his name? David Hasselhoff and Christopher Biggins. Christopher Biggins, a man who I showed how to turn off his data roaming on his iPhone.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my Biggins story. In a street in Edinburgh, I showed him how to turn off his data roaming on his phone.
I had gate crashes at my wedding.
Yeah?
Yeah. They'd had a fight upstairs.
Really?
Yeah, they'd had a fight upstairs, and I think the buffet was rubbish, so they came down and joined our party.
Oh.
And my granddad clocked him, and he said, I've got my eye on him. He said, if they cause any trouble...
Well, hang
I'll
on,
be
he
in
had
there."
his eye on them. Did he not say...
He didn't eject them. Well, I wasn't sure who was who anyway at my wedding. It was massive. So I wasn't bothered.
Newlyweds Claire and Craig Shipman. That's an unfortunate last name, isn't it? Isn't it? Hey. Were amazed when two famous guests made a surprise appearance at their wedding party, David Hasselhoff and Christopher Biggins. If you had to pick one of those...
Biggins.
You go for Biggins?
Yeah, because...
Hasselhoff.
No, Hasselhoff's likely to embarrass himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, it depends. If you've got an open bar, Hasselhoff likes a drink. I'm just saying it could cost you a fortune. The Baywatch legend and David Hasselhoff...
Oh, dear.
were having dinner at the Roslyn Beach Hotel in Southend, Essex, after a performance of Peter Pan at the resort's Cliffs Pavilion. And Claire and Craig, who just tied the knot... Why do we call it tying the knot?
That's what I was going to
Because they used to wrap a band round your hand.
She's made that up.
No, they still do, don't they?
No.
Yeah, they still do. They
No.
put a thing across, like your surplus thing.
You're thinking of the umbilical cord, or as some perverts call it, the umbilical.
No one says that.
Some people say the umbilical. Honestly.
Anyway, yeah, the vicar did that on us. He put his, tie...
Dennis, are you still there?
No. He put his, tie across
That
us.
doesn't mean you're over 50.
He lasted less than we thought. No.
Yeah.
Well, isn't in 2015 the Pope has asked for world peace? All right, mate, grow up. Let's have an end to all religions. Claire and Craig, who just tied the knot, could not believe it after a friend asked the Hoff and the Big to join the happy couple.
He's just Biggins now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, so they weren't gate crashers because they were asked.
Yeah.
The celebrities even posed for a few photographs for the wedding album.
Bet they did.
Claire, 37, whose children Kai, 13... Hang on a minute.
I've just thought of a great idea.
And 6-year-old Macy also... They got kids... Go on.
I'm going to gate crash a wedding, but in my wedding dress, so that I don't have to plan anything.
You can't wear the same thing as the bride. That's the most outrageous.
Yeah, but
so
a
far.
friend of mine came wearing white. I've never quite forgiven her.
I wore white to a wedding once. I didn't know the rules.
The rules are pretty obvious, mate.
It's rude.
I didn't know.
Damn rude. And she was late.
Who?
My mate who turned up in white.
What a cow.
Oh my
But
gosh.
she's one of my best mates, so if anyone's going to get away with it, it's
I saw her again last night, and you know that I shouldn't. Just string her along, it's just not right. If I could and I wouldn't. But what can I do? I'm rolling too, and it makes me feel so good tonight. I'm in
point out the bit where they make a mistake.
Do it again.
Oh, I've got to try and think where it is. Hang on. They make a mistake.
I think it's coming up.
Hang on, let's get a quicker. Here we go.
I saw her.
There.
I saw her.
There.
I didn't think that was a mistake. I thought that was.
I saw her. I saw her. I saw her again.
There's your mistake.
Well,
Wait, did they both do it then?
No, it's just Denny.
Just just the guy.
It's just Denny. Listen, Denny muffs up. Here we go. Denny.
I saw her.
They kept it in. That's how you do those things when you're washed away on LSD.
Why did they keep it in?
Because the Mamas and Papas took so many drugs. They're one of the druggiest bands of all time.
They should have been called the Mummers and the Poppers.
Why?
Because of them drugs that you can get that you give a sniff.
Not heard of them.
Poppers.
Not heard of them.
Party poppers.
Not heard of them. And I certainly don't condone that behaviour.
No, me neither, but that's what they should have called it. It was the 60s.
If you go to facebook.com/BBC3CR, Catherine and I have access to that page. Thanks, Kelly.
Welcome.
And Catherine is replying to any of your posts that you're going to put up there. So
Yeah, Rob sent a very interesting Facebook message asking how we can tell how many people are listening.
We can't. But I'm guessing it's about 5.
Here's what I'm going to write. This is okay, isn't it?
Yeah.
People in the area get sent listening diaries at random. It's a pretty old-fashioned way of doing it. Iain Lee and I are looking to fit all our listeners with microchips.
Yes.
But we're having trouble catching them.
Tick your radar diaries now.
Hello, Three Counties.
Hello. I know. I work here. Oh, you're on the phone. I'm so sorry. How rude. 08459 455 555. Let's get some of this.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
In Hardyston, there's been an accident on Ware Road. The police have closed it between Roselands Avenue and Middlefield Road, so that could cause some problems later on. In High Wycombe on the AA40 Oxford Road, that's closed in both directions. That's a lane closed there in both directions at Temple Street for roadworks, so expect delays there. And looking at the speed sensors on the M25, no reports of any problems at the moment. It looks like it's moving well so far. On the trains, there's a signalling problem at Nuneaton, so Virgin trains and London Midland trains from Milton Keynes to Rugby are running a reduced service today. And Thameslink are only running 2 trains an hour between Sutton and Luton and St Albans. Samantha Bruff, BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's so close to my home. And
Thank you, Samantha. 7:45. It's Friday, the 2nd of January. I'm Iain Lee. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio, and trust me, there's not a lot of news. Amateur treasure hunters in Buckinghamshire have uncovered what's thought to be one of the biggest hoards of ancient coins ever found in Britain. Rail passengers face fare rises from today after a Christmas period ruined for thousands by widespread cancellations and delays. And a new study suggests most cancer cases are down to bad luck rather than unhealthy lifestyles, diet or genes. We'll speak to Justin in a bit. Before that, let's get the weather. Here's Georgina.
Beds, Herts and Bucks weather.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Hello there. Well, after a bit of a soggy night last night, we've got a mainly dry and bright day today. The sunshine may be a little on the hazy side at times because of cloud cover, but still it should be quite pleasant. A bit of a west to northwesterly breeze, but nothing to spoil the day. Temperatures, though, actually dropping as we head through the afternoon. So this morning we reach our peak of about 9 or 10 degrees. By this afternoon it's closer to 7 or 8. Now tonight the winds pick up as it clouds over ahead of some early morning rain. That's going to become heavier as we head towards daylight, with lows of 2 degrees, and the rain's going to be fairly persistent tomorrow as well, clearing to the southeast in the early afternoon. And if cloud actually starts to clear early enough before the sun sets, of course, we may even get the odd sunny spell. Temperatures reaching about 6 or 7 degrees Celsius tomorrow. Now Sunday starts off on a bit of a foggy note. It's going to be fairly bright though for much of the day. Monday and Tuesday looking quite cloudy, fairly damp on Monday, but Tuesday we actually get some light rain or drizzle, and that's your latest forecast.
And Georgina, we're also sorry to hear about your soggy night last night. My suggestion is don't drink after 6 p.m.
If you've missed any of the programmes from the last week, you've missed things like this.
But we're happy to celebrate Elstridge past.
people don't realise, they just simply do not know the output that's come from this little town in Hertfordshire.
But there is a way you can hear it all again.
People used to walk along the high street, famous people such as Sophia Loren and Elizabeth Taylor.
bbc.co.uk/Three Counties Radio, allowing you to listen to what you missed.
The biggest Hollywood names, they've all fallen in love with it.
There was always different stars coming in and out. That was always nice about that.
When I first got there, I wanted to see the soundstage where we were going to construct one of our largest sets, which was the Well of the Soul.
bbc.co.uk/Three Counties Radio. Call 08459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Morning, Elliot.
Morning.
What you got for us, boss?
Reggae New Year.
Reggae New Year to you too. Oh,
Big up yourself.
Kelly, you didn't get to hear this, and I think we can play this one last time before we file these all under useless. Where did I put? Oh, here we go. Listen to this, Elliot. Oh, Elliot, this is you that did this.
I know. Thank you for playing. Yeah.
This is Elliot made this, and this is flipping brilliant. Listen to this.
We wish you a reggae new year. We wish you a reggae new year. We wish you a reggae new year. And a reggae new year.
And again.
We wish you a reggae new year. We wish you a reggae new year. We wish you a reggae new year. And a reggae new year.
Oh, Elliot, sir. Our very own Phil Spector, but without the shadow of having shot a woman to death.
Yeah.
Elliot, what have you got for us this morning?
So I was having a little play around in the car a couple of days ago.
Cheeky.
Yes.
Hey, you careful, you'll crash.
Yes,
Yes.
with the radio.
Okay.
And I was just having a little play around. I tuned to a station that is known for playing smooth type music.
Oh, they play smooth type music. Don't name the station, but they play smooth type music, do they?
Yeah, but they play extra smooth music. It was that.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Well, thanks for not naming the station. Great.
That's okay.
Go.
And I happened to tune in at a time when travel was happening, and I happened to hear Samantha.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Well, for the first couple of seconds, I was like, I recognise this voice, and then I kept listening, and I was like, is this actually happening? And then I heard you say a couple of days ago about the Christmas card, which didn't have enough.
Samantha Bruff, our news girl.
Well, we thought she was ours.
Exactly. She sent us a Christmas card that arrived after Christmas, and she spelt your name wrong, Catherine.
She did.
Straight in the bin.
We should have known then, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Well, I think it was a sign because, I think she knows what she's doing, and she must feel guilty for it. So.
We know that when she comes on, she often refers to, and I'm not going to name the station, but she refers to a station.
It talks about a lot of sport.
It talks about sport.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I think she knows what she's doing, and I think it's verging on unacceptable.
She's what?
I think it's verging on unacceptable.
Well, don't mention any radio stations, for crying out loud. Everybody's doing it now.
Do you know what? We all need an Elliot, okay? Because there's some news that
we all need a radio grass.
We do.
Yeah. Elliot's ours.
I mean, you broke it to us very gently. We had suspicions, didn't we? Let's be honest.
Elliot, listen.
But not so many. So
more
many.
upset that Elliot was listening to something else.
But that's because he was playing around. It was an accident.
I can't get 3 counties in the car, so I have to use auxiliary, but I didn't have a cable readily available. So.
Well, Elliot, listen, 2 things. Thank you for being our eyes and ears, and we'll certainly challenge Ms. Bruff with that information a little bit later on. It's appreciated. Secondly, thank you for the Reggae New Year. That's genuinely brilliant.
That's okay.
And thirdly, you want to send us any other bits and pieces that you're guaranteed to get some airplay, boss.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Elliot.
Thank you.
Cheers, my dears. And that takes us on to another new feature, Catherine.
Which is?
That people can record and film and send stuff to us.
Yeah, send us your stuff. Do some homework.
But try and sell it a little bit more.
Okay, right.
Oh, I got this brown stain on my hand. Oh,
Something
God.
you should keep to yourself.
Oh, dear.
Coffee? I'm hoping it's coffee. You just licked it.
I'm going out to coffee. Anyway, go on.
Right, you know mobile phones these days, they're really whizzy and they can do all kinds of things.
30 years it was 30 years ago yesterday that the very first mobile phone call was made in this country.
And it was massive and probably electrified people's heads.
It was dead massive.
Anyway, these mobile phones these days, not only are they quite tiny, but also they are quite clever. You would call them a smartphone. You can record a voice note, and while you're using that facility...
voice note?
Well, I'm just saying. listen, that voice note facility can also be used to record, I don't know, mini reports for us, or just a little rant, or just someone else going off on one, and you send it to us. Or you can do a film.
Yeah, if you're stuck on your train platform and the train's 50 minutes late, you can film us a little film, a minute long, of you being upset, the sign saying everything's delayed, and maybe someone talking to you, and you email it to us, or you record a little voice memo, and it can be about anything you want, and we'll play them and we'll put them in the podcast and put them in the Facebook page.
We had a sort of funny animation, didn't we, the other day? That was the first one we got through. It works. So all you need to do is email it to us, and Ian, your email address is
Ian.lee@bbc.co.uk.
But he spells his name funny.
Properly. IAIN.LEE@bbc.co.uk.
And my name is Catherine, KATHERINE.Boyle, BOYLE @bbc.co.uk.
If you have a brilliant Simon and Garfunkel song that no one ever plays.
Always.
This is a great tune.
Scoot down the road, what's my number? I wonder how your engines feel. Shed a light. My daddy was a prominent frogman. My mom was in the Naval Reserve. When I was young, I carried a gun, but I never got the chance to serve. I did not serve. They called me baby driver. Once upon a pair of wheels on the road, and I'm what's my number? I wonder how your engines feel. Scoot down the road. What's my number? I wonder how your engines feel.
I am going to retire because I'm not going to sit here all night reading emails.
I'm going to murder Ian Lee. Do you think he's going to sleep on a snake? Oh, I think he's disgusting.
I've got a real passion for donkeys.
My daddy got a big promotion. My mama got a raise in pay. There's no one home, we're all alone. All come to my room and play. Yes, we can play. I'm not talking about your pigtails. I'm talking about your sex appeal. And the road and the bar. What's my number? I wonder how your engines scoot down the road. What's my number? I wonder how your engines feel.
Gotta love a bit of Baby Driver. And that's the only decent Simon and Garfunkel album apart from the greatest hits. Oh.
Oh, he's fired up his engines.
Their albums are pretty poor.
Who do you reckon drove?
Well, Simon would have got Garfunkel to drive, wouldn't he?
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Longer legs.
Yeah, otherwise, exactly. Otherwise, he's got to sit on a cushion. But most of their albums are pretty ropey. Huh? Most of their albums are pretty ropey, Simon.
Are they?
Yeah, inconsistent.
I kind of grew up with that one.
Yeah,
so I don't know about
that's the one. That's the one. I missed the end of Miranda.
I missed the beginning and the middle.
I quite liked Miranda.
Did you?
I like her as a person, although last time I saw her, she blanked me. I went for the hug. She's not a hugger.
You'd think that both you being so tall...
I went for the hug, and I made a comment that in hindsight...
Oh, no. She didn't blank you then. She ignored you.
I made a comment that in hindsight might have sounded rude.
Oh.
It was a joke.
What did you say?
I had worked with Miranda a while ago, and we got on very, very well before she was a big superstar.
Right.
I then saw her a couple of years later when she was a big superstar at BBC Television Centre. And I went up to her and went, all right, Miranda, nice. I went for the hug. She's not a hugger. I'm in the hug. I'm thinking she's not a hugger. OK, that's fine. I then went, oh, well done on your show. Turns out you're quite funny then. Who'd have thought it?
Right.
Instant frostiness. You could see the frost develop betwixt us.
Well...
And I was with my mate Dougie, and as I walked to him, I said, Dougie, what happened there? He said, you were really rude to her. I said, well, no, I wasn't rude to her. It was a little bit of bants. I was indulging in classic bants. Anyway, I think Miranda's funny. And do you know what? There's a part of me that thinks she's a little bit hot.
OK, so when you see her...
Oh, Kelly!
Listen.
Where are you going with that? Look at me. Look at me.
Can I just say to you, if you ever see her, don't say that to her.
What?
Part of me thinks you're a little bit hot.
I think she's quite hot.
OK, quite is better, but part of me thinks you're a little bit hot, like it was a sordid secret.
I think she's funny, and I think she's a little bit hot. What's wrong with that? That's a compliment. You girls...
It's a really backhanded compliment.
Kath, I think you're funny. Kelly, I think you're a little bit hot. Where's the insults there, guys? Guys? Oh, not you as well.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Just south of Hertford in Hoddesdon, there's been an accident on Ware Road, so police have closed it between Roselands Avenue and Middlefield Road. But looking at the speed sensors, it's not causing any delays at the moment. In High Wycombe on Oxford Road, there is a lane closed there for roadworks at Temple Street, but it's not causing any problems. Expect delays there later on, though. And on the trains, there's a signalling problem in Nuneaton, so Virgin and London Midland trains from Milton Keynes to Rugby are running a reduced service today, and half an hour is being added to the journey. There's also engineering works going on Thameslink services, so they're just running 2 trains an hour today between Sutton and Luton and St Albans. Samantha Braff, BBC Three Counties.
Samantha?
Oh,
yes.
Samantha.
Samantha?
Yes?
Yeah. How are you?
Ian?
You're sounding different.
Thank you.
You're sounding different. You're sounding a bit smoother.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're sounding a bit extra smooth.
Maybe it's a New Year thing.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want me to not be smooth?
Is there anything you want to tell us?
No.
No,
I've
nothing.
been practicing. I've been practicing.
You've been practicing? Where have you been practicing, Samantha?
In the Travel News Centre.
Yeah.
Who with?
Yeah.
You've been seeing...
With you.
Just
You've been on
us.
holiday on Christmas Eve.
Just us?
Yes.
Speak to you in 15 minutes, Samantha.
Bye.
And try and be extra smooth. Extra. Yeah?
Well, okay.
Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear.
Local and vocal across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 7 o'clock. I'm Simon Oxley. The headlines: ancient coins found in Buckinghamshire, rail fares rise today, and Stephen Gerrard to leave Liverpool.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Amateur treasure hunters in Buckinghamshire have uncovered what's thought to be one of the biggest hoards of ancient coins ever found in Britain. A group using metal detectors found more than 5,000 perfectly preserved coins bearing the heads of Anglo-Saxon kings buried in a lead bucket in a field near Aylesbury. More from Nick Qureshi.
Paul Coleman was taking part in a dig organised by the Weekend Wanderers Detecting Club 4 days before Christmas when he made his find in a field near Aylesbury. He's told the Daily Mirror that he'd discovered a piece of lead 2 feet underground, and beneath that more than 5,000 coins in pristine condition stacked neatly in rows. The hoard includes specimens dating back 1,000 years to the reign of Ethelred the Unready. Mr. Coleman, who's from Southampton, will split the proceeds with the farmer who owns the land. He's revealed that he nearly didn't go on the dig because he couldn't afford to fill his car up with petrol.
Rail passengers face fare rises from today after a Christmas period ruined for thousands by widespread cancellations and delays. Fares regulated by the government, including season tickets, are going up by 2.5%. Meanwhile, new trains are due to be introduced on Thameslink through Bedfordshire and Hertfordshire from this month. Roger Perkins from the operator says more drivers will be recruited and the service will then benefit.
We're going to have more coming on stream in January, February, March who are already in training. So we've got people coming through. The situation will get back to normal come the new year. It's specifically, you get more pressure in terms of holidays and festive period and whether people were prepared to work rest days and overtime. Drivers have been phenomenally flexible.
An operation is going on to rescue around 400 migrants from a ship that's adrift off the southeast coast of Italy without any crew on board. Officials and doctors have been lowered onto the ship by helicopter. It's only 2 days since the Italian Coast Guard took control of another ship which was abandoned by human traffickers. A new study suggests most cancer cases are down to bad luck rather than unhealthy lifestyles, diet or genes. Researchers in the US found random mutations are responsible for 2/3 of adult cancers. A cap on the cost of payday loans takes effect from today. Lenders will be restricted to charging daily interest of no more than 0.8% of the amount borrowed. The total cost has been capped. Lenders will have to ensure their customers can afford the repayments. Chris Woolard is from the Financial Conduct Authority.
Our research that we published last year clearly showed that for some borrowers, the effect of taking out a payday loan was to drive you deeper into debt. And the cap is structured to try and avoid that problem in the future.
In sport, the former England captain Steven Gerrard is leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. Chelsea and Manchester City are level on points at the top of the Premier League after Chelsea lost 5-3 at Tottenham last night. And Milton Keynes Dons host Chesterfield this evening in their rearranged FA Cup second-round tie. The weather, a mild start, but getting colder again, although it will be dry and sunny today. A maximum temperature 10 degrees Celsius. And you can get the latest news and sport online at bbc.co.uk/3 counties.
Morning, this is Iain Lee, BBC Three Counties Radio. Catherine Boyle's with me.
Yes, I am.
It's kind of the last day of half term before we sort of return back to normal next week, and we do stories about potholes and councillors pocketing your cash.
But we will be keeping a little bit of the half-term vibe because on Fridays you can bring your own games in.
Yes.
Or vinyl records.
You can come in. It's Vinyl Friday, so we play vinyl records on Friday. But also, we're going to try this for 3 months. And if it works, brilliant. If it doesn't work, brilliant. Between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, you can just rock up to the studio, knock on the door, we'll let you in. You come straight and sit in the studio with me and Catherine for half an hour.
Yeah, we were thinking about it, and that's probably the more convenient time. It's not going to make you late for work if you pre-plan, set your alarm clock, and then you can go off on your way. You don't have to stop very long. In fact, we will kick you out.
At 1 minute to 8, as we start the bed, we will ceremoniously, is that a word? Why not? Ask you to leave the premises, and Kelly Betts will escort you off the premises. If you've got kids that want to see what the inside of a studio looks like, you can bring them along. If you've got you're looking after your grandma, you've got a friend over from Argentina, you just want to pop in and say hello and have your picture taken, you can do. The only thing we ask is that you are prepared to sit in front of a microphone and be asked questions. That's it.
Just talk to us.
Just come in for a chat. That's it. That's all there is.
It won't be the Spanish Inquisition. You made it sound a bit like the Spanish Inquisition there.
Oh, there'll be torture involved.
Okay. But we'll just have a chat.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. You can. We're at. What's our address? We're in Luton somewhere.
Hastings Street, Luton.
Hastings Street, Luton. For the moment, we'll be moving soon. But for the moment, we're in Hastings Street. In fact, for pretty much the whole time we do this feature, the next 3 months, we'll be here in Luton. So just turn up if you want to turn up now. You're more than welcome to. But the feature will start 7:30 till 8 o'clock.
Across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
I'm being stalked by a gentleman called Pat Fish on Facebook. I'm not.
You're kind of obsessed with him. You're stalking him back.
It keeps. I keep being. I have no friends on Facebook. I don't like Facebook. I have a Facebook account merely so that I can access a couple of things. And I keep being recommended a gentleman called Pat Fish, who I am obsessed with. He's a self-employed musician and I think a socialist. And he's updated his picture and he's looking very dashing. He's got a jacket, a shirt and a cravat on.
So even though you're not following him, or you've not added him as a friend...
I know so much about Pat Fish, because his privacy settings are not private.
Well, now you've said that, everyone's going to be in there.
Well, go and say hello to Pat Fish from me. I'm never going to befriend him, but I'm fascinated by him.
He kind of looks like an older Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen.
Then look at that fella's eyes. I'm not going to befriend someone who you don't know where he's looking.
When did you get picky?
You don't see the lazy eye so much these days. Have they found a cure for it?
They do operate on them now, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah.
Because you used to have to wear strong glasses, didn't you, that would pull the eye in?
No, I know a couple of people have had their eye popped out and tightened up.
You are having a laugh.
I'm not.
No.
I'm not.
Actually, I think I've heard of that. They do. They kind of like... They do pop the eye out and they sort of screw the muscle a bit so it's tighter.
Yeah. Because in the olden days when we were kids, they just used to give you an eye patch.
Yeah. And
hope that the other eye would start to kick in.
And those people would scare children, and they were fun. There was always someone in an office who had a lazy eye, and you didn't know if they were talking to you or the bloke next to you. And those guys were fun.
We had a teacher like that. She was yelling at you, "Stop that? Everyone in the classroom say, me?
Oh, man alive. You're probably not allowed to make jokes about those people anymore. Political correctness gone
It's
mad.
all right, she's dead.
So that's cured. That's one we've cured, is it? That is brilliant.
I think so.
Modern science and modern technology is bloody marvellous, if you'll pardon my franglais. Isn't it just?
It is, it's good.
Is there anything in the papers?
There's a few things.
Go on.
Some puppies that got rehomed. 64 late trains earned commuter £1,000 off his season ticket. Now, this will make a few ears prick up while listening, if they are awake indeed. A commuter secured a £1,000 refund on his rail season ticket by claiming compensation for more than 60 late train journeys in a year.
Oh.
Now, when we spoke to the guy from Thameslink before Christmas...
Oh, we're speaking to on Tuesday.
Exactly. He was saying people can apply for compensation.
Yeah.
The thing is, whether you do for every journey that is slightly late or whatever, whether you can go through the kerfuffle, it looks like it's worth it. Tom Burridge logs a claim with Greater Anglia every time he's delayed by 30 minutes or more on his 2-hour journey. Over the past year, the service was late 64 times and he was given vouchers worth a total of £1,090.
Blimey.
Earlier this week, he marched into his local station. Did he march? Maybe he just walked briskly in Colchester, Essex, and used the whole lot when buying his new £5,740 season ticket. When the amount charged for the underground leg of his commute to central London's removed, the saving on his train fare is more than 20%. So, if they're offering you that compensation, it's worth doing, I think.
Tickets, of course, go up today, don't they? Went up yesterday, and your season...
And the service has been terrible over
The season ticket, if you live in Bedford, I think goes up by about £100 a year. £100 a year?
Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it? Really?
A friend of mine stopped working in London. She had a really, really good job. And she decided that it just wasn't worth it. Not only was the childcare crippling her, but also the cost of travel on a train. And you just think, how many brains are being lost to the capital just because it's just become too expensive to take the train in?
Little John returns on Tuesday, by the way, guys.
Thank goodness.
In the If you're wondering where Richard Littlejohn's bile is, he's having some more bile implanted in him so he can spew it forth next week.
Speaking
That's
of
back
bile,
on Tuesday, yes.
Katie Hopkins.
Well, now, can I stop you there? I had this discussion with Alice Glossop yesterday. Do we even mention her name? Because by mentioning her name, we are putting money in her pocket.
Well, I just wanted to say, everyone, you do realise she's just a panto baddie, don't you?
Yeah.
So stop getting outraged, just ignore her.
She's banned from this show. I do another show where she's kind of not quite so banned on there, and I'm...
What, even the mention of her name?
She was on a while ago, and do you know what? She was talking about something, and I agreed with her on a lot of the stuff that she was saying. But she is Captain Hook.
Yeah, she's not stupid. She knows that is the niche.
It's pantomime villainry, and the tweet that she was being investigated by the police for about sweaty jocks and Ebola bombs. I mean, there was nothing wrong with that, really. It was. She knows the limits she can get away with. It wasn't first of all, you can't be racist against the Scotch, so stop that nonsense. And secondly, it was. She's playing the game.
Yeah. Well, she knows now that people get offended and take action, and so it escalates, and she gets in the papers.
And we've had the discussion, I think, Catherine, that she won't be coming on this show.
No, there's no need because we know what the game is.
It's kind of I say she's been on another show I do, and that's up for debate. It's kind of a lazy phone thing to get Katie Hopkins on because you'll get loads of phone calls from people who are angry and outraged at her. And it sounds quite exciting to a punter. I think it's a little bit of a cheap trick. So she won't be coming on this show. But I don't quite get. And then Piers Morgan is calling her a vile human being. Piers Morgan, of all people. Remember, he's the guy that printed in his newspaper fake pictures of British soldiers beating up Iraqis.
He's just gutted that she's taken his crown of saying stuff just to get a rise.
Piers Morgan! Look how filthy rich we are. How the spoilt brat offspring of the world's super rich sickeningly flaunt their wealth online. Well, is it sickeningly?
Well, they got stuff. Why are we looking?
Bling-loving bikini addict, stick thing Serena Maron. Oh, you stole my watch and then brought it back. Thanks, mate. Stick thing Serena Maron shows off a stack of bracelets from luxury label Hermes. Taking care to display the signature orange box. But who is she?
Exactly.
I don't know who she is, though.
No, we'd only know because of this double-page spread of the Daily Mail being outraged about how disgusting the display of wealth is. And just to show how disgusting it is, let's display the wealth.
Princess Villalobos is the much-indulged youngest daughter of Oscar Villalobos, a billionaire Filipino construction magnate. So she's got a really expensive car. Well, her dad's a billionaire. What do you expect? I don't know who these people are, though. I thought... Oh,
it's 2 pages of rich people what bought stuff.
Pointless. Absolutely pointless.
Hey, this is nice. Like many youngsters, Ellie Clark, this is, you know, you think your boys are geniuses, and I'm not going to dispute that. But can they do this?
Go on.
Like many youngsters, Ellie Clark loves messing around on a piano. At 4, she's already mastered Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Can they do that?
My boys can play... But Daddy Bear, are you there? Mummy Bear, are you there? Baby Bear, are you there? Can she do that?
No, but she is blind. I think she wins.
Yeah, my boys...
Can see. 7 months old, she was diagnosed with Leber's congenital amaurosis, a condition which means that her retina doesn't process light. However, her parents, Kate and Chris, are determined that the disability is not going to hinder her development and introduced her to the piano as a toddler. When we got the piano, she was a natural, said Mr. Clark, 31, who works as a systems analyst. I don't need to know that. Do you need to know that?
Don't need to know that.
It gives her a way to communicate. Social interaction is very difficult to visually impaired children, but this gives her something she can relate to.
Well, good for them. Good for them.
I don't know how you make your child into a musical genius unless they already are one, because I've given my kids ukuleles and they insist on playing them upside down.
08459 455 555.
How do you make them learn?
Here's a song by Johnny Cash called I've Got a Thing About Trains. I've got no idea if this is any good, but the title is wonderful, isn't it?
Got a thing about trains. I get a sad kind of feeling when I see a passenger train in this fast-moving world that we live in. Nobody rides them much these days. Maybe I'm a little sentimental, 'cause I know that things have to change, but I'd still like to go for a train ride, 'cause I've got a thing about trains. Train, train, train. You're fading from the scene, but you've had your days of glory. Train, train, train. Train, they say you're too slow for traveling, but I'm gonna miss you someday. When my little boy says, Daddy, what was it like to ride a train? I'll just say it was a good way to travel when things didn't move quite so fast. And I'm sorry, son, that you can't ride one. The trains are a thing of the past. Train, train, train.
08459 455 555. Vinyl Friday. We're only playing songs from records. Remember those?
Your past.
Extra Smooth. A Sammy Bruff.
Oh, Sammy.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Just south of Hertford in Hardyston, there's been an accident on Ware Road, so the police have closed it between Roselands Avenue and Middlefield Road. And having a look at the speed sensors in Milton Keynes, the A421 standing way, there's roadworks around the Kingston roundabout, so expect delays there. On the M1, it's moving well. Looking at the cameras, there's absolutely nobody much about on the roads at the moment.
Nobody much
and
about.
On the trains, Virgin and London Midland services from Milton Keynes to Rugby are running reduced service because of a signalling problem, and Thames Thameslink are only running 2 trains an hour between Sutton and Luton and St Albans because of engineering works. Samantha Breath, BBC Three Counties Radio. Is that okay?
It was okay. I mean...
Was it
good enough for Smooth Extra?
I don't know. Why Smooth Extra?
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know why, Sammy. I don't know why.
Do you know what hurts the most? The deception.
Yeah.
Just, you've been rumbled.
No.
No. I would be less angry if you told me the truth.
Well, I've never done a bulletin for Smooth Extra. That's the truth.
Oh, because... Oh, sorry, then you must be calling Elliot in Bath a liar.
No, really. Peterborough, if he's been driving through Peterborough...
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
I've heard. Yeah, but that's a different radio station.
What radio station's that in Peterborough?
Smooth Radio Peterborough.
Oh.
But not Smooth Radio Extra. I'm
So that's all right then, is it?
Right, I tell you what, this is what we're going to do. 7:30. Kelly, can you get Elliot back on, please? We're going to find out which one of you two is lying, OK?
OK.
Thank you. 7:18. It's for Friday, the 2nd of January. I'm Iain Lee. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. Amateur treasure hunters in Buckinghamshire have uncovered what's thought to be one of the biggest hoards of ancient coins ever found in Britain. Rail passengers face fare rises from today after a Christmas period ruined for thousands by widespread cancellations and delays. And a new study suggests most cancer cases are down to bad luck rather than unhealthy lifestyles, diets or genes. Coming up, we'll speak to Dealey in a bit, shall we?
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Did you know you can get in touch with BBC Three Counties Radio wherever you are?
Via Twitter at BBC3CR.
Join us on Facebook, facebook.com/BBC3CR.
Call us on 08459 455 555.
Or text us on 81333 and start your message with 3CR.
Local and vocal across beds, hearts and bucks. BBC Three Counties Radio. Call 08459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
If you go to facebook.com/BBC3CR, then Catherine and I are doing our best to reply to all of your posts. Don't forget, and listen, I'm expecting no one to turn up this morning, so don't panic. Don't sit there laughing at 8 o'clock when nobody has turned up going, it didn't work. I'm expecting no one to turn up, but between 7:30 and 8, the doors are open. If you knock on the door, you can come and sit in the studio with us.
And have a chat.
Yeah.
Don't just sit and look at us. That would be weird.
That would be weird, wouldn't it? I'm trying to find something in the newspapers, and I can't. The best I can find is Chris Martin having dinner with Jennifer Lawrence. I don't know who she is.
Oh, you do.
Do I?
Oh, you do.
Well, I don't.
Remember those photos that got leaked?
Oh, the bowling ball? Is she the bowling ball?
I think she might be.
Flippin' heck. Well...
Anyway. He's single, she's single. They're free to mingle.
Oh, here we go. Nude calendars. I don't... guys, nude calendars. I mean, can we just stop it, please?
Here's an idea. Fully clothed calendars.
Put your clothes on. We get the joke, OK? What was that
Calendar
film?
Girls.
Calendar Girls.
You're going to need considerably bigger buns.
That was for Celia Imrie's mahusive breasticles. Nude calendars, I mean, really, there's no one finds them funny apart from you and your mates that are in them.
I mean, even Gok stopped doing that now, hasn't he?
Who?
Gok.
Yeah.
He stopped encouraging people to take their knickers off and drape themselves against the carpet.
Keep your clothes on. Guys, keep your clothes on. That's what 2015 is for me.
It's the year of the clothes.
Yeah, it's going to be the year of the clothes.
There's this story on the front of the Daily Mail, which it screams at you from the front page, and I just can't believe it's quite as cut and dry as this.
Yeah.
Branded bigots at age of 3. Blacklisted. Thousands of children shamed over playground taunting.
Uh-oh, go on.
Children as young as 3 are being branded racists, homophobes and bigots over playground taunts. Oh,
right.
How so? Are they being made to stand up in class and wear a racist hat or something? Thousands of pupils are being reported for so-called hate crimes after using innocent words such as Chinese boy, Somalian or gay. Teachers also log insults like donut and fat bucket of KFC. Oh, a common one.
Hang on, Chinese boy is offensive.
Apparently so.
What if the boy is, I don't know, Chinese
boy. Even calling a pupil a girl can be classified as abuse.
For crying out loud.
Schools file the incident. This is what the Mail wants you to do. Just calm down a minute.
Oh, OK, thank you.
Schools file the incidents for local education authorities.
Okay.
The details are also passed to Ofsted inspectors who are required to assess how teachers deal with bullying.
Yeah.
Records of a child's prejudice-related behaviour can be passed to their next school. Can be. Potentially casting a shadow over their secondary education.
Hang on a
Here's something.
Yes.
Teachers generally like children and are not into shaming them. They want to mould young minds. So maybe some behaviour needs to be corrected. Is that a possibility?
Are you saying that perhaps the Daily Mail is full of nonsense?
I think maybe it's jumping on a few. Well, look, here's examples logged by schools, so we know that these were logged by schools.
Examples, ladies and gentlemen. Logged examples. Here are some logged examples.
Children in the playground had been calling her son Chinese boy. So that sounds like a parent's complained.
Right.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, OK.
A child in year 2, ages 6 to 7. That was in Brighton.
Yeah.
X was heard calling X black and chocolate bar.
I would pick more on X's name than the colour of their skin.
Birmingham, this happened in Birmingham.
Oh, yeah.
X called X an African rat and X a rat.
What?
X said, I know I
What?
shouldn't have called it her because I'm black as well.
What?
So this is really about teachers showing their workings out, isn't it? This is about behaviour that's been reported to them and they say how they've dealt with it. Is there anything wrong with that?
I got so confused in the story.
With X and X calling each other
with
names?
X and X. I got so confused, Justin. It was a hard one to follow, wasn't it?
It was Gizar, yes.
Gizar!
Gizar!
All right, well, here's one it's a bit more significant.
OK.
It's X again. I think it's a different X.
This poor X must be suicidal, all the bullying X is getting.
X called a supply teacher Jimmy Savile.
Wow.
Hang on. Wait a minute. No, because this actually is quite serious. How does this kid know this stuff, right?
Yeah.
He told him to go back to Australia. He's an Australian, and then there's a word, a hate word for homosexual.
Oh, yeah.
And a hate word for a traveller.
Oh, yeah.
And then X said he's Savile and he rapes babies.
That comes from the parents.
Exactly.
That comes from the parents.
Now that.
How old's the kiddie that did that?
Well, it doesn't say.
Yeah, that comes from the parents. Doesn't it? Surely.
But that kind of talk is quite concerning, isn't it?
08459 455 555. Justin, are you all right?
I'm absolutely fine, boss, yeah?
Can I just say, there's a cracking picture of Liz Hurley dressed as a duck in page 45 of the Mail.
And it's not just her lips this time.
Trust me,
although looking at that.
Trust me, it works.
Yeah.
Although that outfit is tight enough that, yes, it works.
Well, anything she wears, for me, just works. She is a beautiful lady.
Yeah.
Good to see.
Yeah. She is really... And she's going to be 50 this year.
Oh, hot.
Hot to trot.
She's up there with the Queen for me.
It is... Listen, I don't want to get dragged into your Radio Norfolk debacle, OK?
Yes.
Listen, so this morning, it's dry January today, right? And I don't... it's another one of those things, it's for charity. OK, right, fine, whatever. Grow up. Everybody doing dry January... Grow up. Oh, I'm not going to drink for a month. Oh, get real. I've not drunk for 10.5 years, you plums. It's easy. Just stop. Just moderate your drinking.
I mean, you say it's for charity. This has been going on for years now. People saying, oh, it's January, I'm not going to be touching a drink. And every time people say that, and I hear it every single year, I just look at them with disgust. And I think, why? Why are you doing that? I don't know why people are trying to do it, because, let's be honest about it, they'll last a week or so. People will say, you're going down the pub, and they'll have a drink. I don't know why people do this every single year, because it makes absolutely no difference.
Well, no, because it's joined the sort of showing off element of charity giving, hasn't it? This sort of dry January thing.
If it's for charity, great. I'm sure that money's going to be raised, but I've heard of dry January for years, and it wasn't for charity back then.
If you're doing it for charity, why not just make a donation?
Yeah,
and if you want to stop drinking, just stop drinking.
Yeah.
But why does everyone else have to know about it?
I've got to sponsor you for you not drinking beer. That's it. I begrudge sponsoring you if you're going to run a marathon. I've got to sponsor you for not doing something.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'm going to start drinking again, and you suckers can sponsor me £1 for every pint that I drink. And trust me, you'll be skint at the end of the month.
The way you just described that sums up how ridiculous this whole dry January thing is. It's just an absolute nonsense, boss.
Take it to the streets, Just.
Yeah, I will do.
And also, listen, this is a new thing we're doing. Between 7:30 and 8:30, the door is open. Anyone can wander in and come and sit with us. Okay,
Yeah.
even if they're just cold and they want 30 minutes of warmth, right? They can come and sit with us. I'm expecting no one, Justin.
Yep.
If you see anybody nearby that you think might...
Are you sure about this?
Yeah, if you see anybody, feel free to usher them towards us.
Let me just confirm again.
Yep.
Okay, we're live, having our meeting live on air.
Yep.
Let me just confirm with you, you're happy for me to do that?
I'm very, very happy for you to do that, Justin, yes.
Based on the people that I speak to on the streets, again, you're happy. Yeah?
I'm happy.
Okay, you're happy. Okay, fair enough.
And if anyone gets murdered, it's your responsibility to clean up the blood, okay?
That's all I need to know. I'm going to take it to the streets. I'll talk about dry January, and if there's any strange people lurking about who look crazy, guys, I'll bring them your way.
They don't have to be strange.
Gotta go now. Cheers, bye.
Ta-ta. Now, we're going to go to this early...
Because we've got beef.
Travel news
We've got beef.
for beds, cards and bugs.
Right.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Now, Sammy...
yes?
Sammy, say hello
Would you
to...
like me to do the travel?
Not yet.
Okay.
Say hello to Elliot.
Hi, Elliot.
Hello.
Now, Elliot...
Hi, nice to speak to you.
Elliot, listen, I'm going to lift the moratorium here. You can mention radio names. Where did you hear Ms. Bruff?
Okay, I may have made a tiny mistake. However, it's still relevant. Okay. So before the radio station that plays extra smooth music morphed into that station, it was known as a station that played Christmas music, and it was that station that I heard her on.
Give me the name of the station, Elliot.
Okay, it was Smooth Christmas before it changed to Smooth Extra.
There's a Christmas station. Flip, how desperate are these people?
Did you have a smooth Christmas?
No, I didn't. It wasn't smooth, and I haven't done any broadcasts on Smooth Radio Christmas, as far as I know.
It was a national bulletin for Smooth, I think. It was
what time of day was it?
It was about probably about 5:45, possibly in the afternoon.
No, well, sorry, it wasn't me.
But it says your name at the end of it.
No, we don't say our names on Smooth Radio.
Are you?
Your Honour! So hang on. So you do Smooth Radio?
I do Smooth Radio Peterborough, yes. Every day.
Elliot got the... I don't know who. I think they both
who to believe.
Everyone's a liar here. They both need slapped bottoms. Right, I'll slap Elliot's bottom, and would you slap Sammy's bottom?
Sammy, bend over.
Elliot.
Yeah.
Bend over and take it like a man.
Okay. Ow.
See, they're mean, aren't they, Elliot?
Well, I can't believe this is happening.
Elliot, thank you very much indeed. Next time you grass, get your facts right, you plum.
Okay.
Ta-ta, Sammy, away you go. Thank you.
Well, just south of Hertford in Hoddesdon, there's been an accident on Ware Road. It's a very serious accident, so it has been closed between Roselands Avenue and Middleford Road. Having a look at the cameras on the motorways, the A1M is still looking very quiet at the moment, and no reports of any problems on the M40. That's looking very quiet too. On the trains, though, there is a signalling problem in Nuneaton, so Virgin and London Midland trains from Milton Keynes to Rugby are just running a reduced service today, and half an hour is being added to that journey. Thameslink are only running 2 trains an hour today between Sutton and Luton and St Albans because of engineering works. Samantha Bruff, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Across beds, hearts and bugs.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 7:30. I'm Simon Oxley. An amateur treasure hunter in Buckinghamshire has found what's thought to be one of the biggest hoards of ancient coins in Britain. The haul found near Aylesbury, which will now be examined by the British Museum, could be worth more than £1 million. Rail passengers face fare rises from today. Fares regulated by the government, including season tickets, are going up by 2.5%. And a new study suggests most cancer cases are down to bad luck rather than unhealthy lifestyles, diet or genes.
Three Counties Sports.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
The former England captain Steven Gerrard is leaving Liverpool. He's expected to confirm today that he'll move at the end of the season, with the MLS in America a possible destination. Gerrard scored both goals yesterday as Liverpool drew 2-2 at home to bottom club Leicester. Chelsea and Manchester City are level on points at the top of the Premier League after Chelsea lost 5-3 at Tottenham last night. Earlier, Manchester City beat Sunderland 3-2. Here's Chelsea manager Jose Mourinho.
We made some defensive mistakes and we lost the game. If I want to be real and objective and go for the truth, I have to say other things that I cannot say, because if I say, I'm in trouble.
Elsewhere, Manchester United drew 1-1 at Stoke, Arsenal lost 2-0 at Southampton, and Burnley equalised 3 times in a 3-3 draw at managerless Newcastle. In non-league football in Conference South, in yesterday's Hertfordshire derby matches, Hemel Hempstead beat St Albans 3-1. Leaders Boreham Wood were 5-0 winners at Bishop Stortford. Milton Keynes Dons host Chesterfield this evening in their rearranged FA Cup second-round tie. The FA ordered a replay after Chesterfield fielded an ineligible player in last month's 1-0 win at Stadium MK. Dons boss Carl Robinson will make 5 changes to the side beaten by Walsall on Sunday.
We can stand there and look at many different components, and we just weren't good enough to beat Walsall, and it's as simple as that. But we've been good enough to not being beat, only we lose 1-13, and hopefully my players respond, well, they will respond in the right way.
And there's full commentary on MK Dons versus Chesterfield on tonight's Three Counties Sport from 7. The winners will go to Scunthorpe in the third round on Tuesday. Tomorrow in the FA Cup third round, Luton go to Cambridge, Watford are at Chelsea on Sunday. Tomorrow in League 2, Stevenage go to Morecambe, Wickham are at home to Hartlepool. And reigning champion Michael van Gerwen is through to the semi-finals of the World Darts after beating Robert Thornton. BBC Three Counties News and Sports. The next full bulletin is at 8.
Call 08459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
The doors are open. If you turn up, you're more than welcome to come in.
Craig Murray on Facebook is tantalising us with the idea that he might.
Oh, Craig, come in. What's our address?
Hastings Street, Luton.
See you in a bit. Or not.
Chains, my baby's got me locked up in chains, and they ain't the kind that you can see. Whoa, these chains of love got a hold on me, yeah. A chain, well, I can't break away from these chains. Can't run around, 'cause I'm not free. Oh, these chains of love won't let me be, yeah. I wanna tell you, pretty baby, I think you're fine. I'd like to love you, but darling, I'm imprisoned by these chains. My baby's got me locked up in chains, and they ain't the kind that you can see. Oh, these chains of love got a hold on me, yeah. Please believe me when I tell you, your lips are sweet. I'd like to kiss them, but I can't break away from all of these chains. My baby's got me locked up in chains, and they ain't the kind that you can see. Oh, these chains of love got a hold on me, yeah. Chains, chains of love, chains of love, chains of love.
It's Vinyl Friday. We're only playing vinyl. Normally, we'd only play songs in the first hour, but because it's still kind of half-term-ish, we're getting away. Let's go to Kelly Betts, who's manning the doors here at BBC Three Counties Radio Towers. Kelly, who's turned up and what have they got?
Nobody with nothing.
Oh, what?
WTF?
Gosh, this
What
didn't
the
happen-
flip?
This didn't happen to Willy Wonka.
Sorry?
Hey, I haven't seen you both since last Tuesday.
What's your beef?
What's been happening?
Not a lot. What are you asking? What's it got to do with you? What's she asking? What does she want? What does she know? What does she know? Who's spoken to her and what have they told her?
What have I missed?
What have they told you? Who have you spoken to and what have they told you before I go any further? I didn't mean to.
Has there been another type of perspective that Dealey's got on the street?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
No.
There has.
Oh, what?
We had the Moldovan perspective.
Oh, yeah, he did. Hey, well, this year is going to be a great year for Dealey because we're going to have more of Justin Dealey's serial killer profiles.
I mean, or are we? Because he's been seeing someone else as well, hasn't he?
He's been
done a Sammy.
having it away with Vanessa Feltz. He was if you were following Justin Dealey yesterday, it was all, oh, Vanessa, I love you. Thanks for letting me come on your show. Give me a big kiss. Let me touch your legs. Oh, Vanessa, I love you so much. You're so much better than Iain, Catherine and Kells. Oh, Vanessa. Oh, oh, Vanessa.
Hashtag 3CR who?
Yeah. But Justin Dealey's murder serial killer profiles this year are also going to get Catherine Boyle's Women of History.
We're not.
Yeah, you've got to do it.
All right, let me have a think about
Do it,
it.
it'll be funny. And what's your serial you're going to be doing? Go on, say it, please. I've given you a punchline. Do me the joke. What's
Cocoa Pops.
Spinning Tops, Cocoa Pops? It's a joke.
I could do Kelly's
Mama Kath doesn't get it.
cereal profile.
Mama Kath doesn't get it. Let me set it up again.
Okay.
Your cereal.
What's the cereal you're going to be doing this year, Kelly?
Cocoa Pops.
A Spinning Tops, Cocoa Pops. Spinning Tops, Cocoa Pop.
I don't remember a spinning top.
That was the lyrics to the song.
No, rather have a bowl of, isn't it?
That's the more recent one. I'm going
that's
back
the
even
one I
further in
remember.
time. You should do more Voxes, please.
Okay.
I want more of that. Basically, I want you all to work harder and make me look better. Yes?
So you can work less.
Seb, correct. May we? Correct. So what, do we just wait for people? Listen, no one's going to turn up on it's the 2nd of January. They're still nursing their hangovers. Some of them have probably got the same food sickness that Kelly had.
Do you know what this reminds me of?
Yeah.
Birthday parties when I was a kid.
Oh, what?
Because I was born in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
So they were all on holiday.
I never had birthday parties. I can remember one birthday party I had. I remember my sister having, I think, 2, because who's the blonde lad? He's now a Christian. Mark somebody had a dance with my mum.
Really?
Yeah.
What? And then found God.
yeah. Several years later, I think he loved God anyway. He's a window cleaner now. Anyway, not God. Obviously, he's the Almighty, the creator of everything. Thing is, if there is a God, right, and he made Earth, why don't he make any more planets?
He did.
Well, why doesn't he make any now?
Jupiter, Saturn, Mars.
Uranus?
His work is done.
I don't think Uranus is. Is it a planet? Oh, Pluto.
Guys,
Pluto's not, is it?
What about Uranus, Kath? Did he make that? It would have taken him ages. It would have taken God ages, Kath, to make Uranus.
Don't look at me with that joke. That's definitely one for Kelly.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Uranus,
Yeah,
Kath.
no, but, you know.
It would honestly, Kath, for God to have made Uranus, it would have taken him absolute ages.
The full 7 days.
And then some.
Started making it on Monday. Carried on doing it on Tuesday.
No, what you're doing there is confusing God with Craig David.
Done on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday. I still wasn't done on Sunday.
And then a week Sunday, I thought I'd have a rest, because this is taking ages. What we're saying, Kath, is Uranus is massive. And for God to have made Uranus, Kath, it would have taken blooming ages. Absolute ages. And if you missed this banter, you can hear it again in the podcast.
I haven't missed his banter.
Yay! Great to have you back, Kels.
Oh,
hey, Dealey's found someone. Dealey's found somebody.
It's all the sophisticated repartee that's in it.
It's very, very witty. Good morning, Justin. Come and join us in the studio. You
saved the show.
You found somebody. Good morning.
Morning.
Have a sit down here, my dear. What's your name?
My name's Suzanne.
Hello, Suzanne. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How
Now,
are you?
Suzanne, you off, Justin?
Yeah. Enjoy.
You've just been grabbed by Justin.
I have.
And brought in.
Yes.
We don't know anything about you.
Apart from your name, Suzanne.
Exactly.
And you're wearing a name badge that says Suzanne.
I am.
I'm guessing you're working in a hotel.
I'm working somewhere.
Okay, we won't say where, because we don't want to get you into trouble for bunking off.
That's all right.
Did you have a good Christmas?
I did.
What happened? Anything exciting? Were there any disasters?
No, except for I got terribly drunk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, you're one of these people that's in the front page of all the newspapers for being drunk everywhere.
Is this you in the red play suit?
Oh, hang on.
There's no picture of you in your pants, is there? Being sick?
No, I
No.
wasn't sick. That's one good thing. I
Hardcore.
Then you're a winner.
Definitely, yeah. Sick, that's a waste.
It is. Wait, now, did you get drunk Christmas or New Year's or both?
Both.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the New Year's thing, I've never got the New Year's thing. I don't really understand what the point of it is.
Well, it's to say goodbye to the old year and welcome in the new. But you should. I need a day off the drink today. I'm dry January. You know dry January?
Yeah.
That's me today.
Now, well, hang on. Have you spotted a flaw in what she may have just said there? That's you today.
Today.
Are you doing... dry January is supposed to be the whole month.
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
So it's dry January the 2nd.
Yeah.
That's
Good girl.
That's fair enough. And did you New Year? Was it with friends or was it working
It
thing?
was just with neighbours. Well,
Yeah.
it was a combination of two because it started at work.
Yeah.
And then I left work,
Uh-oh.
went home, had a little sleep, woke up, and then it started with friends.
Hey, you had what I believe is called a disco nap.
I did.
Just to get.
I did.
To get
Just
ready
to make
and
me
hardcore.
last.
Do you know the words to Auld Lang Syne?
No.
Did you ever go at singing it?
Yeah.
Are there
Like everybody.
Are there actually words to Auld Lang Syne? Because it all
Yeah,
becomes.
they go.
That's it exactly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Someone must have at some point sat down. I know the line about I'll drink a glass of milky tea.
Oh, really?
Is it milky tea?
Isn't it tack a cup?
I'll drink a glass of milky tea for the sakes of Auld Lang Syne.
Really? That doesn't sound very Burns.
I thought that was. Andy's on. Put your. Are there any headphones there? That
No,
you
but
could
I'll find
use?
you some. Hang on.
Hey, use this. These are a little bit one-legged. So try those. There we go. We got a phone call. Don't worry. Andy's on. Morning, Andy.
Good morning.
What have you got for us, boss? Say hello to Suzanne.
Good morning, Suzanne.
Good morning.
I've lost the plot. I've no idea who you are.
Suzanne's come in off the street. I don't mean that in a rude way. That sounds derogatory. Justin Dealey has found Suzanne and brought her in.
Oh.
She's the first of our open door policy.
Yeah, we're doing open house. Where are you, Andy?
Carrying on the M1 at Newport Pagnell.
Oh, well, you close-ish.
He's miles away. What's that? That's quite a
Milton
distance, Anne.
Keynes-ish.
Yeah, it's a bit far.
The lady that's sitting on my dashboard is saying half an hour, so I'm way past your 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Andy, and do you know what? We're going to be strict on this because come next week we're going to have proper news stories, so we're going to have to say no today, I'm afraid. But try again.
Okay.
You've not set out just to come here,
No,
have
he's
you?
not gutted. Listen to his voice.
Oh, yeah. I've travelled 100 miles to be with you. 15 minutes late.
You cheeky sausage. Andy, listen, this is going to run for a few months. You're more than welcome to try again at some point in the future.
Okay, that's one thing. You can become the butt of all jokes if you're not careful.
Oh.
Who, me?
No, me.
Yeah. You start talking about Uranus and you get it wrong. It's
Daddy, thank you very much indeed. You see, you like that? A little bit of bands?
I like that. Great bands. Suzanne's got a bit of a thing for Russell Brand. She's one of those women. Yeah,
Suzanne,
she's one of
tell us
those.
why.
You mean she's a woman?
Well,
tell us why.
Why?
Yeah.
Have
I
you
can
not
tell you
seen
why.
him? Yeah.
I can tell you why.
Well, is he sexy?
He's devilish.
Of course.
Nah.
Isn't he?
Nah.
He's devilish.
Definitely.
he's a
It's
muppet.
greasy.
Oh,
Needs
no,
a wash.
No, the thing is, he is very clean though. That's the thing. He gives the air of being dirty.
He's got cleaner. He used to be a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, grubby in his drug days.
Yes. Now I noticed you got a little tattoo on your wrist.
I've got a lot of tattoos.
Oh, oh, here we go. What's the tattoo on your wrist?
That's just my children's name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, why did you do that? Can you not remember? Can you not remember their names? Judging by your New Year's Eve, perhaps not.
Yeah, I was at a bike show in Great Offley.
Yeah.
Oh, God, about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And there was a tattooist there, and I thought, I'm going to have a tattoo. And that was the start of it.
Right.
So I've got lots now.
And was the first one the one on the wrist?
Yeah.
Okay. Steady, because I see where you're going. Can I ask where the others are?
Yes, I've got one that goes from my hip to my ankle.
Hello. All the way down?
All the way down.
Flipping heck. Are we allowed to look?
Yeah.
Go on, let's have a look. Let's have a look.
You'll have to see my bum, though.
Just shows your ankle.
Why not?
From the ankle.
No, go to the whole thing. I don't mind. I won't tell anyone. There's no cameras here.
All right.
Go on, let's have a quick look. There's no cameras. Go on. Here we go, you see.
Oh, she's actually...
Trousers
you
are
all right with
Oh
this?
my goodness me.
Trousers are coming down.
All right, ready?
Yeah, ready. The trousers are down. Flipping heck! Look at those knees. That must have taken ages to do.
4 hours.
Blimey,
They did it all in
Suzanne.
one?
No, 2 hours to have it done, and then the other 2 hours was to have it coloured in.
A friend of mine is, by his own admission, addicted to tattoos. He said he started off with a little one and he ended up with a full sleeve, and then he's going back and putting more bits in. Is it true that it becomes something
Yeah,
of an
definitely.
obsession?
Definitely.
Suzanne,
What is
listen.
the thing then? Is it the buzz of
I've got to interrupt because I've got to do a little bit of business. I've got to do. You're all right to stick around for a few more minutes?
Yeah, just for a couple of minutes.
All right, you stick around. Let's get some travel.
Travel news for beds, cards, and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
The police have just said that Ware Road in Hardyston is now open again after the serious accident between Roselands Avenue and Millfield Road earlier this morning. Into Hitchin, Parkway is looking quite slow from London Road, and in Harpenden, the High Street's starting to look busy as well. Just north of Watford on the A41, that is starting to look quite slow on the speed sensors northbound by the Dome roundabout. But looking at the A1M and the M1, they're much quieter than usual this morning. On the trains, Virgin and London Midland services from Milton Keynes to Rugby are running a reduced service, and there's an extra half an hour being added to the journey times. That's because of a signalling problem. And on Thameslink, they're only running 2 trains an hour today between Sutton and Luton and St Albans because of engineering works. Samantha Bruff, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thank you, Samantha. 7:46, these are your headlines. Amateur treasure hunters in Buckinghamshire have uncovered what's thought to be one of the biggest hoards of ancient coins ever found in Britain, and rail passengers face fare rises, that'll do, from today, after a Christmas period ruined for thousands by widespread cancellations. Here's the weather with Georgina.
Beds, Hearts and Bucks weather.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Hello there. It's a mainly dry and bright day today. We've got the temperatures dropping, though, as we head through to this afternoon. So actually getting them up to double figures this morning, but by this afternoon looking at 7s and 8s. Tonight, the winds pick up as it clouds over. That's ahead of some early morning rain. That's going to become heavier, though, later on in the morning. Temperatures down to about 2 degrees Celsius tonight. So that rain's going to be pretty persistent tomorrow, clearing to the southeast by the early afternoon, though. And then we may just have a couple of sunny spells if the cloud clears in time as well, with temperatures up to 6 or 7 degrees Celsius. Now, it's going to be a bit foggy to start off with on Sunday, but we should have some bright spells. A cloudy day on Monday and probably feeling a little damp, but cloudy again on Tuesday, but a bit more in the way of light rain and drizzle. That's your latest forecast.
Morning, this is Iain Lee, BBC Three Counties Radio. On Fridays between 7:30 and 8, the doors are open. Suzanne's joined us, and Catherine, you're about to ask Suzanne about her tats.
Suzanne is a tattooed woman, and she's got
we've seen
like a rose threaded all the way up from her hip to her ankles. And I was just talking about a mate of mine who is obsessed with tattoos, and he's got like a full sleeve. He keeps going back in and everything. He says it's an addiction. He says that it's something that when he's finished one, he's already thinking about the next one.
Yeah, definitely.
Does it get like that?
Yeah, definitely. I'm booked in again for February the 28th.
Are you going to do more with those roses? Or
it's going to come up my back to my shoulder because I've got a tattoo here on my shoulder. And
so it's growing.
It's growing.
The rose bush is growing.
Hey, there's a choice of phrase.
Yeah. Considering I just dropped my trowel.
Is it? I didn't see. Is it expensive though? Because they cost. If you're going to get a proper one done, they cost a few quid,
you don't want a rubbish one when it's that big either.
Yeah. They cost hundreds. It's better to have it done by the hour because you pay an hourly rate, but. Even a small one could cost you £50-60.
Flipping it.
What does it feel like? Does it burn when it's...
After a while it starts to burn.
Eesh.
Yeah, because especially when they're shading, because they're dragging your skin as well, and it does burn. But you do get used to it.
So do they do the outline first and then you go back and they colour it in?
Yeah.
How do you decide what tattoos to get?
They have books and things, or you see things in life.
Just like going to the hairdressers.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Kath, you seem a little bit too interested here. Are you
I'm just
getting a tat?
fascinated. No.
Yeah?
No.
Sounds like it to me.
We could get it done live on air.
No, you're
right. Brilliant idea.
I could actually bring my tattooist in. He'd do it live on air.
Kath?
No, seriously, you're all right.
Suzanne, listen, you've been such a good sport.
You're welcome.
And you drop your trousers.
Exactly.
So that's cracking.
the kind of girl I am.
Is there anyone you want to say hello to, or anything you want to say while you're here? It's literally
no, because she sneaked out of work.
Yeah,
yeah, blimey, of course. Suzanne, listen.
Not her real name, by the way.
Yeah, by the way, no.
Have a great New Year. Thank you so much for coming
Happy
in.
New Year to you all.
08459 455 555.
Troubles down to Madame Ruth. You know that gypsy with the gold cap tooth. She's got a pad on 34th and Vine, selling little bottles of love potion number 9. I told her that I was a flop with chicks. I've been this way since 1956. She looked at my palm and she made a magic sign. She said, what you need is love potion number 9. She bent down and turned around and gave me a wink. She said, I'm gonna mix it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine and looked like India ink. I held my nose, I closed my eyes.
I took a drink.
I didn't know it was a day or night. I started kissing everything in sight. But when I kissed the cop at 34th and Vine, he broke my little bottle potion number 9. I held my nose, I closed my eyes.
I took a drink.
I didn't know it was a day or night. I started kissing everything in sight. I had so much fun that I'm going back again. I wonder what happened with love potion number 10. Love potion number 9.
It's Vinyl Friday.
Love potion number 9.
This is a good album. We'll have another one from this in a second. That was the Clovers.
Is that the Atlantic one?
Yeah.
Danny Baker talks about that in his first autobiography, doesn't he? That people used to have those.
It's a good... Pick another track. We'll play another one before the 8 o'clock. And thank you to Suzanne who came in. We've still got 9 minutes. If people want to turn up, you're more than welcome to. We're going to try this for 3 months. Every Friday between 7:30 and 8, people can just rock up to the studio, come in, sit down and have a chat. It's the second person this week who's dropped their keks. You don't have to drop your trousers when you come in.
But if you'd like to...
What?
Oh, you missed the fella getting his testicles out the other day.
Why did he do that?
Because Matt Lockwood was in the house.
It was for medical reasons.
He'd had it pierced.
It's in the podcast, by the way.
There's a podcast that will go out later today that Kelly's not heard. You've not heard, have you?
No, but I've seen titles of what bits.
Can we drop Here Comes the Sun, if that's still in there?
Yeah.
We have to drop that bit.
Okay.
Because that's... well, I need to tell Kelly why we're dropping
Tell
it.
her off air, don't say it on air.
All right, I'll tell her off air. It's
Don't.
I'll
Please
tell her
don't.
off air.
No, you're not.
It's because... All right, I will go and tell her.
Well, I'll shut the mics.
Off air.
You don't need to know.
The song that Catherine was...
Listen, guys, you don't need to know why we're dropping that. They don't need to know why we're dropping that.
Oh, dear.
I'm not stopping here, by the way, because this is your job and you get paid a lot more than me. Anyway, so what brings you here, Ian?
Turn me mic on and I'll tell you, love.
Do I have to?
That was good, wasn't it? I like that. Suzanne, she was good.
She was good. She was good value. I mean, like we say, you don't have to drop your trousers. And just to specify, don't go on my Twitter and start doing stuff.
I'm just quitting Dropbox. I might speed things up a bit.
Just to say, the gentleman who did drop his trousers, it was for medical reasons. He wanted to show us why he couldn't have a scan.
It's true. He'd pierced his plums. Pierced plums.
I left the room, has to be said.
Matt
But I heard the
Lockwood.
screaming from down the corridor.
Anyway, it'll all be in the podcast that'll go out later on today. It's another slight mess like last week's was, but it's a fun mess. Oh, and Dave Davis from the Kinks will be in it as well.
Yeah, he was really nice.
Wasn't he delightful? Mm-hmm. What a charming gentleman.
I don't know how to work this, so we're going to have to swap back.
You don't have to work the record player?
No, you have to show me.
We put the needle on and press play.
Yeah, but then what do I open there?
08459 455 555. What track do you want?
I don't know. The Ray Charles one.
Oh no, let's go.
Just go random.
There we go. We'll have this. We'll go obvious, shall we? Oh no, actually, we'll start. We'll have a bit of this.
I smell smoke in the auditorium. Charlie Brown, he's a clown. That Charlie Brown, he's gonna get gone. Just you wait and see.
Why is everybody always picking on me?
That's him on his knees. I know that's him. Yelling 7, 11 down in the boys' gym. Charlie Brown, he's a clown. That Charlie Brown, he's gonna get caught. Just you wait and see.
Why is everybody always picking on me?
Who's always writing on the wall? Who's always goofing in the hall? Who's always throwing spinning balls? Guess who? Yeah, you. Walks in the classroom, cool and slow. Who calls the English teacher Daddy-O? Charlie Brown, he's a clown. That Charlie Brown, he's gonna get caught. Just you wait and see.
Why is everybody always picking on me?
your daddy, oh, Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown, he's a clown. And that Charlie Brown, he's gonna get caught. Just you wait and see.
Why is everybody always picking on me?
Morning! It's the Coasters and Charlie Brown. This is Iain Lee, BBC Three Counties Radio. It's kind of the last day of half term, so we're a little bit slapdash. Catherine Boyle is with me in my studio.
Thank you
Is
for
the-
putting me after the word slapdash.
Is the computer not working?
No, I can't get on Twitter.
Oh, blimey.
So don't say anything for a minute while I...
Kelly Betts is there.
Hello.
And Daly's out on the street finding it. I don't get dry January. I was unaware until this morning that it's for charity. I just thought it was a thing that people did to show, hey guys, you know, we can drink responsibly by not drinking for a month. Well, that's not actually that responsible. That's irresponsible because come the 1st of February, you are going to get absolutely slaughtered, aren't you?
I can't wait for February.
Me neither.
It's gonna be
I'm
exciting.
very, very excited. And
Does that mean everyone's falling off the wagon in February and it's going to be scenes of carnage?
Oh, it's going to the 1st of February is going to be awful. It's going to be just sick in the streets, guys. We're going to be stepping over puking bodies and pantless women.
And pavement pizzas.
Hey.
First of what?
February.
Excellent.
That's when that's going to be happening. I don't get... If you're doing dry January, can you tell me why? Is it just because you've had a week of... And do you know what?
Do you know what it is?
Go on.
People don't want to drink anyway, but they're now trying to make out that they're doing it for everybody else. They've just had a skinful.
This has been the most un-Christmassy Christmas I've ever had. It's felt really un-Christmassy.
I know what you mean. I seem to
weird.
escape a lot of Christmas songs.
Missed the Christmas song. I didn't watch any Christmas telly. We watched the 3 Madagascar films on Christmas Day.
Hey, I accidentally watched the Lego movie.
It's good, isn't it?
It's excellent.
No,
Spaceship.
it's not excellent.
What?
Did you see it or what?
Yeah.
It's not excellent. What is it?
What is everything?
Awesome.
Thank you very much. Blimey.
Travel news for beds, cards, and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's looking pretty quiet out there at the moment, and Hitchin Parkway is starting to build up from around London Road, but it's not looking too bad. In Harpenden and the High Street is starting to get busy, and just north of Watford on the A41, that's starting to look a little busy just by the Dome roundabout. Checking the M25, there's no reports of any problems there, but on the trains, Virgin and London Midland trains from Milton Keynes to Rugby have reduced service. They're just running every half an hour, an extra half an hour on their service because of a signalling problem at Nuneaton. On Thameslink, there's just 2 trains an hour between Sutton and Luton and St Albans because of engineering works, and they're also not serving London Bridge. Samantha Bruff, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thank you very much, Samantha. Ash Bennett is sending a little bit of criticism to me on the Twitter.
Very disappointed.
He's very disappointed. He's heard me do radio shows elsewhere and has decided to tune into this for the first time ever. Well, he's not enjoying it. It's a little bit slapdash this week. We're still on the half-term holidays.
We're back to normal on Monday, and then we're much better than the other show that you were talking about.
Ash Bennett, come back on Monday, boss. We'll be talking about potholes and councillors who are trousering cash. Let's get the news. Here's Simon.
Local and vocal across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 8 o'clock. The headlines: ancient coins found in Buckinghamshire, rail fare rises today, and Stephen Gerrard to leave Liverpool.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Amateur treasure hunters in Buckinghamshire have uncovered what's thought to be one of the biggest hoards of ancient coins ever found in Britain. A group using metal detectors found more than 5,000 perfectly preserved coins bearing the heads of Anglo-Saxon kings in a field near Aylesbury. More from Nick Qureshi.
Paul Coleman was taking part in a dig organised by the Weekend Wanderers Detecting Club 4 days before Christmas when he made his find in a field near Aylesbury. He's told the Daily Mirror that he'd discovered a piece of lead 2 feet underground, and beneath that more than 5,000 coins in pristine condition stacked neatly in rows. The hoard includes specimens dating back 1,000 years to the reign of Ethelred the Unready. Mr Coleman, who's from Southampton, will split the proceeds with the farmer who owns the land. He's revealed that he nearly didn't go on the dig because he couldn't afford to fill his car up with petrol.
Rail passengers face fare rises from today after a Christmas period ruined for thousands by widespread cancellations and delays. Fares regulated by the government, including season tickets, are going up by 2.5%. Meanwhile, new trains are being introduced on Thameslink in Bedfordshire and Hertfordshire this month. Roger Perkins from the operator says they're determined to improve the service.
The important thing that people want to know is the service going to get better? Yes, it is. It's going to get better come the new year specifically. We're working really hard to make sure that we minimise the disruptions we've got. In the meantime, it is important that people know that, yes, we do have cancellations.
New research suggests most types of cancer are the result of bad luck rather than an unhealthy lifestyle or genetic factors. The study by scientists in the United States found that 2/3 of cancers were caused by random mutations. A cap on the cost of payday loans takes effect from today. Under the new rules enforced by the city regulator, lenders will be restricted to charging daily interest of no more than 0.8% of the amount borrowed. An operation is going on to rescue around 400 migrants from a ship that's adrift off the southeast coast of Italy without any crew on board. Earlier this week, the Italian Coast Guard took control of another ship which was abandoned by human traffickers. The BBC's James Reynolds is in Brindisi.
They're so similar it does suggest a pattern or even a tactic engaged by people traffickers. Essentially, ships both travelling along the Adriatic, getting into Italian waters, being spotted by the Italian Coast Guard or by other guards, and then leading to find out that there is actually no crew on board. And so the Italian Coast Guard has had to conduct rescues in both cases. In this most recent case, we don't yet know if it's finished.
In sport, the former England captain Steven Gerrard is leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. Chelsea and Manchester City are level on points at the top of the Premier League after Chelsea lost 5-3 at Tottenham last night. And Milton Keynes Dons host Chesterfield this evening in their rearranged FA Cup second round tie. The weather a mild start, but getting colder again, although it will be dry and sunny today. A maximum temperature 10 degrees Celsius. And you can get the latest news and sport online at bbc.co.uk/3 counties.
Call 08459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
traveling far without a home, but not without a star. Free, only want to be free. We huddle close and hang on to a dream. On the boats and on the planes, they're coming to America, never looking back again. They're coming to America, home. Don't it seem so far away? We're traveling light today, in the eye of the storm, in the eye of the storm. Home to a new and a shiny place. Make our bed and we'll say our grace. Freedom's light burning warm. Freedom's light burning warm. that flag's unfurled. They're coming to America. Got a dream to take them there. They're coming to America. Got a dream they come to share. They're coming to America. They're coming to America. They're coming to America. They're coming to America. They're coming to America today. Today. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. Of thee I sing, of thee I sing
What an album! It's a soft voice.
Backing away from the mic.
Minute. And let's quickly let's cut to the synagogue, shall we, Neil? A little bit of synagogue action, if I remember this soundtrack correctly.
There we go.
Here we go. It's such a good soundtrack album.
That's what his dad wants him to do instead.
It's such a good album. I love it. The soundtrack to The Jazz Singer starring Neil Diamond, which is a good film. It's about 30 minutes too long, as a lot of films were.
I tried to watch A Star Is Born, Chris Christopherson.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't manage the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, I ditched the end. It's hard work. She's so darn sexy in it.
Who, Barbara?
Yeah. And so is he.
Yeah, he is, but not sexy enough to sustain the fact that you think, oh, I don't like you. Not bothered what happens to you.
Nah. It's Rockstar, isn't it? 12th mate, I'm pregnant again, boasts benefits mum of 11. Let's start the new year as we mean to carry on with hatred for poor people. Disgusting.
Do you know what? Having had 2 children, there are easier ways to get money, aren't there?
Benefit claiming baby machine. Oh!
Wow.
Cheryl Prudham yesterday announced she's having child number 12. It means Cheryl, 32, conceived weeks after having twins in August. The dirty cow!
They don't write that.
A new baby means she and husband Robert of Gravesend, Kent, can up the £38,000 a year they claim in welfare by about £700. Disgusting. They don't get £38,000. That includes lots of different benefits.
And also that's to feed their children, so...
Can we just see... Now, it doesn't say whether they're out of work or not. I wonder if they're working and some of those benefits are tax allowance.
Yeah.
Should we have a look?
Look inside.
And would that make a difference? Scan. Picture, there's a baby scan. Scan. Dull.
Wow, that's the way to celebrate new life, isn't it?
Proud Cheryl Prudham yesterday displayed a baby scan to announce she was expecting her 12th child, igniting a rout over her 5-figure benefits. She and husband Robert, 29, currently get £38,000 a year in welfare benefits for their brood. A new baby would mean another £700 annually. I'm trying to work out. Oh!
Is the word jobless in there?
No! Because they do work. Listen to this. These layabout scum. Because you read the headline, you think, oh, this scum who are too lazy to get off their fat backsides and go and work. Then, right near the bottom of the story, the Prudhams get around a £26,000 a year cap on benefits because both work 20 hours a week as carers for the elderly. Oh! No! Those lazy scumbags sponging off the state by working 20 hours a week, helping the elderly, 20 hours a week each, and therefore claiming tax relief and family allowance benefits that they're entitled to that encourage people to get back to
They
work.
shouldn't get that many benefits, though. What they should do is get a fair wage for a very tough job, surely.
Last year, their local council rehoused them in a 5-bedroom home after they outgrew their previous house. In the summer, Cheryl took the children on a holiday in Spain, and Robert recently bought her an £8,000 car. Disgusting. How dare they take their children on a holiday and have a vehicle with which to drive around in? When the Sun approached Cheryl yesterday to ask about the scam picture circulated to hundreds... This is brilliant! This woman is my hero. When the Sun approached Cheryl yesterday to ask about the scam picture circulated to hundreds of friends and family, she said she posted it as a joke. She added, F you. Print any more effing stories about me, and I swear to God, yeah, I'll smash your effing face in. Well done. I'm not condoning the violence, the threat of violence. That was a little bit too much. But the F you, the Sun. She's working. They're working. The weekly's payout, right? Family's weekly payout. £70 a week working tax credit. £400 child tax credits. £123 for rent. £153 child allowance. Those are... They're working.
It doesn't look to me like they're living it large either.
They're working. And that's the thing. If you just read the front page, which, let's be honest, most Sun readers will do... These dirty scumbags off their... Then you've got to go right down towards the end of the story when you find out they work 20 hours a week as carers for the elderly. Unbelievable. Yeah, there may be a question that, that perhaps that the benefit system is slightly flawed. Yeah, that's possible.
But we are not going to start sterilising people, so...
They're working! And they had the cheek to go on a holiday, and they've got a car, an £8,000 car. Yeah, it's probably quite expensive because they need a massive car to drive their kids around, you plums. Flippin' heck. Baby-making machine. Isn't that outrageous? Really? Oh, wait, 459 455 555.
So is the Sun back to hating common people now? Because before it was all the toffs. New year, new targets.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny?
Well, it's not really, because they got a picture of an innocent baby on there. It's suggesting that the baby is also scum.
A pet owner stunned vets by paying £300 to cure a £3 goldfish. The fish lover forked out the fortune to surprise vets to sort out a constipation problem. You're supposed to feed constipated fish peas, aren't you?
Yeah, or not feed them at all.
Yeah. Vet Faye Bethel. Any relation to Barry Bethel, do we think?
Probably, yeah.
Suggested the operation to unblock the fish's digestive system. At first, the customer balked at the offer. But the unidentified man returned 5 minutes later and agreed because he valued the creature so much.
No.
Well, I think that's a nice thing about it. People love their pets, said Faye, but that was an expensive little goldfish. The procedure is common on mammals and larger fish, but is rarely carried out on goldfish because of the high cost. Well, good for them. Seems like a nice thing to do.
It's money. Do what he wants.
Exactly. Do what you want. You spent a fortune on an old record player. Not a fortune. It was a bargain. If Catherine's family are listening. Here comes the sun. 08459 455 555. Let's get the trav.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
In Hardyston on Ware Road, that's moving well again after the problems earlier on where it was closed, but it's not causing any problems at the moment. And looking at some roadworks in Oney on Western Road, that's not causing any hold-ups either. In High Wycombe, there are roadworks on Marlow Hill at the junction for Marlow Road. That could become slow when the roads start to get busier, but it's looking fine at the moment. And on the M40 and the M25, they're both much quieter than usual this morning looking at the cameras. On the trains, Virgin and London Midland services from Milton Keynes to Rugby have reduced service today because of a signalling problem at Nuneaton, and Thameslink services are only running 2 trains an hour for engineering works between Sutton and Luton and Sutton and St Albans, and they're also not serving London Bridge today. Samantha Bruff, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Oh, Sammy, Summer. Justin Daly just brought in a Mackie D's. Yeah, you jealous? Would you get that at
breakfast?
Would you get that at Christmas smooth?
I don't know. No. I don't think so.
Oh, you wouldn't. Justin Dealey's gonna help me make the girl mine, keep her stood in line. Thank you, Justin. That is a legend, a living legend. Forget your who was the fella that the anti-Semite played in that film? Mel Brooks. No, not Gibson. What was the name?
Braveheart.
Yeah. Forget your Bravehearts. Forget your give me other legends. Forget your Douglas Baaders.
Ben-Hur.
Forget your Ben-Hur.
Spartacus.
Ben-Who. I'm Spartacus. He's Dealey, and he's the man. 8:16. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. Justin Dealey's just brought us a Mackie D's for breakfast.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Tonight, the magic of the FA Cup returns to BBC Three Counties Radio.
We'll start with the second round tie between MK Dons and Chesterfield.
After the FA forced the game to be replayed.
And Baker gets his goal and history has been made at Stadium MK.
Then on Saturday, Luton head to local rivals Cambridge in the third round.
It's a great FA Cup goal. It's a great goal for Luton Town.
And on Sunday, Watford faced the daunting trip to Stamford Bridge.
It didn't look like he'd be able to score from there, but he picked his spot to perfection.
Three Counties Sport FA Cup weekend
starts tonight from 7 here on BBC Three Counties Radio.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, this is unprecedented. I'm going to have to play a song now to...
Other breakfasts are available, has to be said.
Oh, yeah, totally. But, I mean, this is...
No, they are.
They're available, like muesli and porridge and stuff, but this is wicked. 08459 455 555 is the
No, not yet. Don't call yet.
Oh, no, you're right. Don't call yet. Let us enjoy this moment, for goodness sake. And here we go.
Go on.
And you can call now. 08459. Yes. Hey, Yasmin, come in. We're all over the shop today. I forget what's going on. This really is... I promise you, Monday morning, normal service will resume. Catherine will be back in her box.
Yep.
And we'll be talking about potholes and local councillors trousering their cash that they shouldn't be. You're right. No, don't expect to get headphones that work in here, for goodness sakes. You know the...
What is that smell?
Breakfast.
Oh.
Nothing. That's Kath. That's Kath, I'm afraid. Yasmin, good to see you. What have you got on the show this morning?
I've got Miss Katie Hopkins on the show this morning. Clickbait Hopkins.
Here we go.
Yeah, she's done this programme about getting fat, putting weight on, and then trying to lose it. Katie Hopkins, My Fat Story. So we're going to be talking about that, talking to her, and basically the question is, are there some people who just can't lose weight? That seems to be her thing, is you can put weight on, it's dead easy, you eat loads of stuff, but it's also just as easy to lose it. Yeah. And we know Miss Hopkins, she divides opinion quite strongly.
Oh, yes.
We'll be talking to her.
What time's she coming on, do you know?
She's at 9:15.
Excellent stuff indeed, and no doubt you'll be taking phone calls as well.
Yes, for sure.
08459 455 555.
Across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is Iain Lee.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
That's also the number to give us a call as well, if you'd like to. Kelly Betts.
You can call now.
Now available. You can call now. There you go. You see, if you want to. The show will return back to normal on Monday. But don't forget, as from next week, every Friday, Vinyl Friday, we'll play records between 6 and 7. The door will be open between 7:30 and 8. Suzanne was good. Who Dealey brought in.
Excellent.
Wasn't she great? The theory behind this is, and a cabbie backed me up with this, when I mentioned this, and a cabbie tweeted going, everyone's got a story. And that's what it is. Everyone's got a story, and it just takes a little bit of fishing to get there. And we got to see Suzanne's bottom,
Well,
basically.
you couldn't.
No, there was a reflection in the window. I could, totally. Totally. And
I was looking
also,
at her artwork.
Sorry?
I was looking at her artwork.
Her artwork, OK. And also, from next week, listen, we want you to start sending in little reports that you filed yourself. They don't have to be as slick as the reports that we get from Justin, from Sophie or Tony or Scoins or anything like that. But basically, if you are somewhere and you think you're annoyed or you're upset or you're extremely happy or you see something happening that you want us to talk about, A, you can still give us a call, but B, why not whip out your phone and film a minute of it and film you talking about it, or do a voice memo and record, just a minute, 2 minutes of you talking about it.
How do you do a voice memo?
Well, you go to the voice memo. I'm going on my iPhone and I have a little feature there called voice memos, and you click on that.
I don't have that.
What phone have you got?
I've got voice notes on mine.
iPhone 5.
You should have voice memo. You'll have a little something on there.
I'll do a search for it.
Most phones have. If you update your software, you'll have a voice memo. And BlackBerries have got their own kind of voice little thing.
They have.
And you just record it. And you hit record, and then you email it into us. You don't have to do any fancy editing unless you want to, but just record it and email it to ian.lee, IAIN.LEE at bbc.co.uk, or catherine.boyle, BOYLE at bbc.co.uk, and we'll put it on the radio, we'll put it on the Facebook page, and we'll probably put it in the podcast
Just
as well.
think about the times when you've been in a situation where you think, I can't wait to tell someone about this, I'm going to put it on Facebook, or I'm going to tell my mates when I get to work. Give us a shout and we can get it on the radio within moments if necessary.
And we realise this is because this is why we like radio so much, is because it's a very passive experience. You sit in your car, you sit in your bed, you have it on in the kitchen when you're having your breakfast, and a tiny percentage of you pick up the phone and call in, and that's about as involved as it gets, or you might send a text, or loads of you gone on the Facebook page this morning. Thank you very much indeed for that. So we're asking a little bit more from you than other radio shows would be doing, but I think you're up to it.
So, scenarios that might be useful. Say you are snowed in.
Yep.
Give us a shout.
Say you're Snowden. Give us a shout.
Or maybe you're stranded on a train platform, as many people have been over the last few weeks.
Yep.
Give us a shout on that one. Take a little video of the train platform and all the people waiting for the trains and send it through to us. We'll get it up there.
Or if there's a thing, when Justin goes, he does these things called Vox Pops, where we send him out with a question and we'll talk to him about dry January in a bit, and he goes out on the streets and he asks people about dry January. If there's a problem in your street, go and record you talking to a couple of neighbours and getting, your neighbours to say whether they agree with you or disagree with you.
Or if you're normal and you don't speak to your neighbours, just record your own thoughts on it and send it through. It doesn't need to be very long, 2 minutes maximum.
That simple, and you email it into us and it will get on the radio and we'll probably put it in the podcast and all kinds of things like that. So there you go. Very, very simple.
I'm going to do one now.
Do one.
A voice memo. I'm recording it now.
Well, but try and make it interesting. I'm not going to play this on the radio, are we?
You probably will, actually.
I tell you what, go and do one. Go and Vox Justin.
All right.
Go and box Justin and send it in, and we'll play it. There we go. That's what we'll do. We'll show you how it's done. Piece of cake. Kelly can do it. Anyone can. And I mean that as a compliment to her because she's not very bright. What? Good news. There's been a slump in murders
in London.
Yeah. So if you don't want to get
They've all
murdered,
moved out to the countryside because it's too expensive.
if you don't want to get murdered, go to London. The number of murders in London fell last year to less than 100. That's mad. That less than 100 murders in London. Got windy pops now. Thanks, Ronald.
I think 100's a lot.
For London, you are having a laugh.
Well, it's not the days of Jack the Ripper anymore.
It fell to less than 100 for the first time in 40 years. There were 95 homicides in 2014, Scotland Yard said. Half the 200 recorded in 2001. In 2013, there were 101. Now, do you know why this is? This isn't all good news. Can you tell me why this might not be necessarily mean that good news?
Because they're recording it as something else?
No.
Because they haven't found the bodies yet?
Well, gosh, blimey. All right, Smiler, no. Because medical intervention. So people, there've been attempted murders, but we've got better at saving people's lives.
All right. Yeah, or they haven't found the bodies yet.
Oh, but why do you have to really put a macabre twist on it? That's thoroughly unpleasant.
That was my specialism at journalism school, you know, crime.
That was your specialism at journalism school, was being miserable.
No, that was natural.
I do eventually. A man of 89 and a woman aged 87...
Oh, don't bother.
...wed after meeting at a Pennsylvania nursing home 70 years on from splitting as teens. Imagine that. Imagine being in love as youngsters and then not getting married until they're much, much older. Wouldn't that be awful?
I'd love to live over the brush in my 80s.
Really?
Yeah, my gran got married in her 70s.
Wow. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because she didn't want to be perceived as being a tart. And I said, get in there, gran. If people think I'm a tart in my 80s, I'll be winning.
I can't think of any tarts in their 70s and 80s apart from Joan Collins.
She's not tart.
Sorry?
She's not tart.
She's a dame. That was it. She got given a dame.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
In High Wycombe, there are roadworks on Marlow Hill at the junction for Marlow Road, so that could become slow when it starts to get busier out there, but it's looking very quiet in High Wycombe so far. On the motorways, it's looking much quieter than usual this morning, so happy to tell you that there are no queues on the M25. On the trains, there's a signalling problem in Nuneaton. That means that Virgin and London Midland trains from Milton Keynes to Rugby are running a reduced service with an extra half an hour being added onto the normal journey time. And Thameslink are still doing their planned New Year engineering works, so there are only 2 trains an hour between Sutton and Luton and St Albans because of those engineering works, and they're also not going to London Bridge. Samantha Bruff, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Across beds, hearts and bugs.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 8:30. I'm Simon Oxley. Amateur treasure hunters in Buckinghamshire have uncovered what's thought to be one of the biggest hoards of ancient coins ever found in Britain. The haul found near Aylesbury will now be examined by the British Museum and could be worth more than £1 million. Rail passengers face fare rises from today. Fares regulated by the government, including season tickets, are going up by 2.5%. And a cap on the cost of payday loans takes effect from today. Under the new rules, lenders will be restricted to charging daily interest of no more than 0.8% of the amount borrowed.
Three Counties Sports.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Milton Keynes Dons host Chesterfield this evening in their rearranged FA Cup second-round tie. The FA ordered a replay after Chesterfield fielded an ineligible player in last month's 1-0 win at Stadium MK. Dons boss Cole Robinson will make 5 changes to the side beaten by Walsall on Sunday.
We can stand there and look at many different components, and we just weren't good enough to beat Walsall, and it's as simple as that. But we've been good enough to not being beat, only been lose 1 and 13, and hopefully my players respond, well, they will respond in the right way.
And there's full commentary on MK Dons versus Chesterfield on tonight's Three Counties Sport from 7. The winners will go to Scunthorpe in the third round on Tuesday. Tomorrow in the third round, Luton go to Cambridge, Watford are at Chelsea on Sunday. Tomorrow in League 2, Stevenage go to Morecambe and Wickham are at home to Hartlepool. The former England captain Steven Gerrard is leaving Liverpool. He's expected to confirm today that he'll move at the end of the season, with the MLS in America a possible destination. Gerrard scored both goals yesterday as Liverpool drew 2-2 at home to Boston bottom club Leicester. Chelsea and Manchester City are level on points at the top of the Premier League after Chelsea lost 5-3 at Tottenham last night. Earlier, Manchester City beat Sunderland 3-2, with Frank Lampard scoring the winner. Here's City manager Manuel Pellegrini.
Nobody can be impressive from Frank Lampard. I think he's a top player during his whole career. He has an important amount of goals. I always say that he's a very important player for us. That's why we bring him here at the beginning of the season. And it's very important also now that he will stay with us till the end of the season.
In non-league football in Conference South, in yesterday's Hertfordshire derby matches, Hemel Hempstead beat St Albans 3-1. Leaders Boreham Wood were 5-0 winners at Bishop Stortford. And reigning champion Michael van Gerwen is through to the semi-finals of the World Darts after beating Robert Thornton. BBC Three Counties News and Sport. The next full bulletin is at 9.
Call 08459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan. Shaka Khan, let me rock it, Shaka Khan. Let me rock it, that's all I wanna do. Shaka Khan, let me rock it, Shaka Khan. Let me rock it, got a feel for you. Shaka Khan, what you tell me what you wanna do? Do you feel for me the way I feel for you? Shaka Khan, let me tell you what I wanna do. I wanna love you, wanna hug you, wanna squeeze you too. And let me take it in my arms, let me feel you with my charm, Shaka. Cause you know that I'm the one to keep you warm, Shaka. I make it more than just a physical dream. I wanna rock you, Shaka, baby, cause you make me wanna scream. Let me rock it, rock it. Let me rock it, that's all I wanna do. Shaka Khan, let me rock it, Shaka Khan. Let me rock it, got the feel for you, feel for you.
Is it about a gap here? Picture. There's a picture of a dog. I imagine it's got something to do with grot bags.
I love big dogs. Just take Uranus out of the picture.
Shaka Khan, let me rock it, Shaka Khan. Let me rock it, that's all I wanna do. Shaka Khan, let me rock it, Shaka Khan. Let me rock it, cause I feel for you. Feel for you.
The boob is not you.
All the shadow chance for Mr. Ed Ball.
The house is not yet
guys, a little bit of Shaka Khan. Vinyl Friday. Everything you're hearing is one of these bad boys.
Oh, that's mine.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't hurt it as much as you think.
Well,
they like it, otherwise they wouldn't let you do it. Now, we're asking you, dear listener, to record bits and pieces for the show. It can be reports, it can be voxes, it can be voxes. I'm trying not to use boring technical terms. It can be reports, it could be you interviewing people in the street or interviewing members of your family, or things that are annoying you, or things that have made you happy, or things that are going on in your street or in your town, or whatever. You record it on your telephone, either a video or a little voice memo. You email it ian.lee@bbc.co.uk or catherine.boyle@bbc.co.uk, and you send it in to us, and we play it on the radio.
I'm thinking we might even hear from some people's children.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. We're always keen to get kids on the show.
Should we hear from our children?
Yes. Kelly, we gave you a mission to go and do one of these. You have done.
It's really easy.
Yeah?
So I just typed in voice memo on my phone and
Yep.
I couldn't find it. So if you can't find it, you can search for yours on your phone. And then I just hit record, and then I went and interviewed Justin Dealey. I got bored halfway through, so it's quite short.
OK, well, let's have a listen.
Boss, I'm recording a voice memo for Iain Lee.
All right, OK.
How's your morning going?
Yeah, it's going really well.
What's your vibe?
Get a bit close there. Vibe is a little bit better. I've had some medicine. I've had a McDonald's, and I feel a little bit better. Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Got a bit of a cold that's come on, boss.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to edit my material, and I'm then going to go and have a cheeky smoke.
A cheeky smoke? What is a smoke when it's not cheeky?
Non-cheeky smoke.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
And here's something that you've just given me a wonderful idea, OK? Because Justin Dealey goes out and about every morning. If you see Justin Dealey in the streets and you approach him and interview him,
Yes.
send those bad boys in.
Oh, I've just had an idea.
You interviewing Justin Dealey, dear listener, would make me very happy.
In the olden days, when people used to be allowed to smoke in this building,
Yeah.
that's where all the gossip was.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're going out on a smoke break with, your regular cohorts...
Here we go.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Record your smoke breaks. The show, the Iain Lee Show on BBC Three Counties Radio, where we still allow smoking.
We can have an on-air smoke break.
We still allow smoking.
So how do they email us again?
Ian.lee@bbc.co.uk.
Or Catherine, Katherine.Boyle, Boyle, @bbc.co.uk. Let's hear
Iain,
from you.
how do you spell your stupid name?
Iain. Mystic Veg. She predicts the future with asparagus.
No, she doesn't.
A fortune teller who makes predictions with asparagus has revealed her tips for 2015. Jemima Packington...
Jemima Charlington.
Said we can expect... Did you read this earlier on the radio?
Yeah. No, I read it to you in the newsroom while laughing.
Said we can expect football and royalty scandals, petrol price rises and the axing of some reality TV show. Flippin' heck. She also forecasts a slim general election win, but will not say for who.
Of course she won't. She don't know.
We could do our own predictions.
Jemima, 59, the world's only asparamancer, tosses... Could end the sentence there, but it continues. A handful of spears in the air and reads the shapes they make when they land. Several of her 2014 predictions came true, such as a royal pregnancy Kate announced she was expecting, and England's early World Cup exit.
Wow.
We all predict that.
Jemima Wright from Bath, Somerset. They're all completely crackers down there. They all believe in ley lines and all and all of that, and King Arthur, all of that nonsense. Says, it may sound silly, but my readings are very accurate. I have a good success rate. Unfortunately, it's all gloomy in 2015. Let's listen to some of her asparagus tips. Oh. Oil prices will rise sharply. Turmoil in the EU, you don't say. Death knell for reality TV shows will be cancelled. Well, what a surprise. It's the last year of the contract that Channel 5 have with Big Brother. Football will be dogged by scandals. What, like every year?
Yeah.
Royal family embroiled in a scandal. What, like every year? Cold weather will extend into spring. What, like every year?
The asparagus is telling you this.
How did she do with her 2014 predictions? Leading royal will die. None did. Royal pregnancy. Kate announced she was expecting number 2 in September. More trouble in the Middle East.
Yeah, but royal pregnancy, there's loads of royals all over the country. One of them's going to get up the duff, aren't they?
Political turmoil will dog one party chief who won't recover. Not really, says The Sun. England to make an early World Cup exit. and a major January storm will... flip it. I mean, why do these people... We should put... They had it right in the old day. Put these people in sacks and chuck them into the water.
Well, or just stop printing their nonsense. Is someone paying her for this, or is she just saying it because she's got some asparagus handy?
I don't like asparagus. It's the only food you're allowed...
It's delicious.
No, mate. It's a lot of hard work.
Pea.
Doesn't really taste of anything, does it?
It's a big pea.
Exactly.
You love a big pea. I've heard you in the morning. It's the only... There are other people who want to use that bathroom. It's the only food that if you were in front of the Queen, you'd be allowed to use your fingers to eat. That and sandwiches and crisps. Everything else, knife and fork.
And a KFC.
Apple?
No, you'd have to cut that with a knife. KFC, the Queen does not allow the KFC because she had a love affair. She had a love affair with the Colonel many years ago. He broke her heart, so she doesn't want to go there. She doesn't want to get sticky fingers. Steady. Now. But asparagus, you're allowed to pick them up and eat them in front of the Queen.
Yeah.
Horrible
She's
things.
never around when I've got asparagus, though.
Oh, I hate these people. West End actor Howard Crossley. Flipping it. Hey, the front page of the... Do you know what the front page of the Times was yesterday?
What are you pointing at me for?
Because I'm flipping angry. Do you know what the front page of the Times was?
What was it?
I will tell you. The front page of the Times yesterday. Really important story. Serious story, actually, about how children are victims of violence, and only 3 out of every 20 children who are victims of violence report the violence. Said the findings of the University of Bedfordshire.
Right.
Ringing any bells? Yeah, we did that story 2 months ago.
Yeah.
The front page of the Times is a 2-month-old story.
More like behind the Times.
Exactly. Flipping chances. Yeah. When did papers were allowed to do that? When did papers were allowed to do that?
When did papers been always allowed to do that?
I'm sticking with that sentence. When did papers were allowed to do that?
Should I take it to the streets?
West End actor Howard Crossley. I hate actors.
That's funny.
Why?
Didn't you train as one?
Yeah, that's
Is
why.
it because they've got your life?
I'm allowed to say I hate them.
Is it because they got your life?
No.
Is it because you're jealous?
I have a real passion for the theatre. There's nothing like the theatre. Oh, shut up. You can't get a job in films or TV anymore, Gillian Anderson. West End actor Howard Crossley stole the show by proposing in front of 1,600 theatre goers.
Now, there you go.
The
pressure.
58-year-old... Oh, it's taken him 58 years, is it?
He
Blimey.
pressured a woman into marrying him. That's
who
what
plays boxing trainer George in Billy Elliot, sprang the surprise on his girlfriend as the cast took their bows.
Ugh.
Did she say yes?
But she had no choice. It's like if someone proposes in the audience to Trisha or That's Life. They've got no choice.
Well, you kind of have.
You've got hundreds of people chanting, do it, do it.
I didn't do that. They just got engaged.
Oh.
Bemused Camila Castellanos, so she's foreign, so doesn't understand the etiquette, in the audience was led to the stage when Howard appeared playing an accordion.
Oh,
it gets worse and worse.
The signs are there, Camille.
He then went down on one knee.
Did he put the accordion down, or...?
I don't know. It doesn't go into detail.
Oh. I'm trying to get the picture.
Camille said yes as the audience at London's Victoria Palace Theatre gave the pair a standing ovation. Howard said, I would have looked a right prat if she turned me down. No, mate, you look like an arrogant idiot for doing it.
Congratulations, and we wish you both every happiness.
Oh, yeah, it's certainly great news for everybody.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
In Clapham, there's a lane closed for roadworks on the A6 at Clapham Road just after the roundabout. And having a look in Only on Weston Road, there's roadworks there at the junction of Reston Wood, so that could cause some problems later on, but it's looking very quiet. The motorways are much quieter than usual this morning, so I'm happy to tell you that there are no queues on the M25. On the trains, though, there are some problems. There's a signalling problem in Nuneaton, so that means that Virgin and London Midlands trains from Milton Keynes to Rugby are running a reduced service with an extra half an hour being added to the normal journey. And Thameslink are still doing their planned New Year engineering works, so there are only 2 trains now running between Sutton and Luton and St Albans because of those engineering works, and they're also not going to London Bridge. Samantha Bruff, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Nope.
No, it's easy.
Was it Virgin?
Nope. I did say that, but that's the name of the train company.
Okay.
It's probably someone else you've seen.
Do it again.
Again?
Yeah, go do it
all
again.
over again.
Yeah, go on.
I'll just do the bits. The motorways are looking much quieter than usual this morning, so I'm happy to tell you that there's no queues on the M25, and Thameslink are doing planned engineering works for their New Year engineering works, so there's only 2 trains running an hour between Sutton and Luton and St Albans because of those engineering works.
Is that a really rubbish way of saying Happy New Year?
Yeah.
By saying the word happy and New Year about 30 seconds apart. Why look...
Well, yeah, but you come up with a better one then.
Happy New Year?
Yeah, Happy New Year.
You'll have a happy new year if you're travelling along the, I don't know, road where there's no problem.
You'll have a happy new year, Georgina, if you've still got a job tomorrow after the lip you've given us today.
My name's not Georgina.
Oh, this Sammy, I'm reading the thing on the screen. Look at that. All right, I'll tell you what, 1-0 to you.
Yes.
But next time, Adam Glynn, you'll be in trouble, all right? Ta-ta. If there's a word on a screen in front of me, I'll read it. Everyone,
like the Anchorman.
Everyone knows that. Oh, blimey, governor! 8:40. Why was she hiding the phrase Happy New Year in there?
I thought she was going to say smooth radio or talk.
I thought so. Anyway, these are the headlines. Amateur treasure hunters in Buckinghamshire have found some coins. Rail passengers are going to pay more money. And, you know, here's the weather with Sammy Brough. Oh, it's Georgina!
Beds, Hearts and Bucks weather.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Hello there. We've got a mainly dry and bright day today. A bit of a west to northwesterly breeze picking up. Temperatures actually dropping as we head through today. So reaching double figures this morning, feeling quite mild, but much more chilly as we head into the afternoon when they're going to be closer to about 7 degrees. And the winds pick up tonight. It's going to cloud over ahead of some early morning rain. It does become heavier as we head towards towards daylight, though. Temperatures down to about 2 degrees Celsius. And tomorrow, that rain is going to be pretty persistent for much of the day. It starts to clear to the southeast in the early afternoon, and it does leave a fair bit of cloud behind it, but hopefully a couple of sunny spells as well. Temperatures up to about 6 degrees Celsius tomorrow. It's going to be a bit foggy to start off with on Sunday with some bright spells. Monday is going to be fairly cloudy but feeling quite damp though, and on Tuesday we've got a bit of light rain and drizzle. This is James Whale with your latest weather forecast.
Cheeky! I like Georgina. She's a good sport.
Every weekday morning.
You can book your place on the show now.
Jonathan Vernon Smith.
Come on and get some help, get some assistance.
Tackling your consumer problems.
They couldn't trace an account in any of the names or any of the addresses that were given.
For it to be running for 6 weeks and then for them to cut it all off again just doesn't make any sense.
The JVS show fights for your rights.
He came to me and asked if I could go and have a word with said bank.
I had an email from the bank to say that you've been in touch with them, and the senior customs relations manager was most apologetic.
Thankfully, you managed to get your money back.
Yep, but that was due to, obviously, your station itself.
The JVS Show. Weekdays from 9 on BBC Three Counties Radio.
08459 455 555. I mean, is JVS back next week, I'm guessing? Yasmin Khan's on today, and it's been a cracking listen all week, so do stick around for a little bit of that. I'm trying to find something in the papers. Rita Ora. This is the year that you're gonna recognise your love for me, Rita Ora.
What does Rita Ora do, apart from light your fire?
Haven't got a clue, but I know what she'll be doing. She'll be making breakfast in my house in 2015.
Your wife's not going to be very happy about that, is she?
She won't know. The house, I think, is big enough that I can maintain both relationships.
It might just work.
I got a feeling. But there's nothing in the papers. I mean, the best thing that The Sun has come up with is pick on a working couple who decided to have a child and dared to go on holiday. And then they've listed all of the jobs that, what's her name, Duchess of Cambridge has done this year.
Men are to get lessons in parenting to reduce the rate of family breakdown.
Oh, here we go, Justin.
The unspoken thing being that it's the men's fault.
It's the men's fault.
Parenting classes for men are to be launched after a survey showed Britain's 16-year-olds...
Sorry, painting classes?
Parenting.
Oh, these are painting. Well, how's that going to help? Learning how to paint a picture? What a ridiculous waste of taxpayers' money. Then it turns out it's not happening.
No.
Actually, I think painting classes would be a good idea for dads.
They'd chill out a bit, can't
Wouldn't they?
Therapeutic.
Isn't it just?
Some of them are on the verge of a... kind of...
nervous breakdown!
Anyway, Britain's 16-year-olds are now more likely to own a smartphone than have a father living at home.
Oh, blimey.
Why? Because the fathers haven't been to lessons.
Can I just... No. Can I just say, that's the most made-up, pointless statistic of all time. They're more likely to have a smartphone than have their dads at home. Well, that's because everyone's got about 3 smartphones. What a ridiculous, pointless statistic. Flipping heck, I'm getting angry.
Ian Duncan Smith says today that radical steps...
Ian Drunken Smith?
No. We have no evidence of that.
No.
That was not the view of the BBC.
No.
Or even Ian Lee. It was a silly joke.
It's the view of Catherine?
No.
It's the view of Justin?
No.
It's the view of Kelly?
No.
I want me own here, guys. Anyway.
He says that racial steps, radical steps... are needed to reverse the collapse of the two-parent family, which means that 1 million children are growing up without the influence of a father.
A baby daddy. A baby mummy. Why do they say that? I don't know what that is.
How old do you have to be a baby mummy? Do you have to be really young?
I don't understand it.
I think a baby mummy is just when you're not together anymore, but you've had a child.
Would you be my baby daddy?
Baby or baby daddy?
Would you be my baby daddy?
I could be your baby mummy.
Justin, would you be my baby daddy?
Yes, baby.
Thank you, Daddy.
Baby. I'm glad you're taking this seriously.
We are.
We're talking about the decline of the family.
We're talking about painting classes for dads and mobile phones for kids. What the hell is going on?
If you want to be a decent dad, 2 simple things. Take your son to a football match, a local football match when they're 5 years old, and introduce them to quality music. Enough said.
And to tell them not to indulge in dry January.
Yes.
It's for losers.
Yes.
It's for losers.
There won't be many parents taking part in dry January, I'm just saying.
It's the dry
Sometimes
January.
it's the only thing that gets you through.
It's a waste of time and effort. And what a big thing! Look, I'm not having any.
Although if you are raising money for charity, well done.
No, you see, the dry January, and I thought so. I've gone to dryjanuary.org.uk. It's not specifically to raise money.
Oh.
It is. I thought so. It's not specifically to raise cash. You go to the Dry January website. Have a holiday from booze, Dry January. Join the thousands who are taking a break from booze. You may save a few quid, lose a few pounds, and feel more energised and refreshed in the process. Doesn't mention fundraising. There's a button. You click on fundraising. What does it say? Let's have a little look. Staying away from booze in January will make you feel better, save money, improve your skin and sleep. But even better than that, you can become a Dry January fundraiser. So it's not even about raising money. It's just about stopping the booze for a month.
It does seem a bit strange, doesn't it?
Flippin' heck.
This has been going on for years. People bragging, saying, do you know what, for January, I won't be having a drink. Well, good for you. But in reality, it doesn't happen.
Grow up.
You asked me to take it to the streets. I've been asking people, are they going dry in January? And secondly, would they sponsor somebody for simply not having a drink during this month? Some interesting views, boss. Here's what people had to say.
All right, I'm going to press the button.
Look at this beautiful hat here. Are you going to have a dry January, madam?
Absolutely not. Well, thank you for asking. No, what I intend to do is enjoy myself to the fullest.
Wow.
Money willing, of course.
No holding back here. Just lastly, if one of your friends said to you, I'm trying to raise money for charity by giving up booze in January, would you sponsor them just for simply giving up drink?
Absolutely. And then I'd buy myself an extra drink and buy them a Coke.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So, do you give up booze in January?
No. A dry January? I had a pint since 26th of December. Yeah.
So you've not had one this morning?
Eh?
You've not had one this morning?
No.
Madam, have you tried to give up booze for January?
No, I had a drink yesterday, so I'm not having a dry January.
I wouldn't sponsor him, no. But I would personally give the money to charity myself.
Well, let's now get the German perspective from Dirk. Dirk, you're an airline pilot, so you're a clever guy. Would you sponsor somebody not to drink during January?
For charity reasons, that's a really good idea, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
Do you drink yourself in January?
Maybe sometimes.
Being a pilot, hopefully you don't drink when you're flying those planes.
Of course not. Really not.
Thank you very much. It's a great German perspective. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
Your mission this year, Justin, is to go all around the globe, getting perspectives from every which corner of the world you can find.
Well, I've given you this week the Moldovan perspective. I've given you the German perspective. And yesterday, when I was working for my own programme, where did we go yesterday?
Your backside?
I think we had the Belgian perspective yesterday.
And when you were working for your new girlfriend, Vanessa Feltz, what perspective did you give her? I can bet you gave her a few.
I just gave her the...
Just gave her one?
Well...
Perspective?
If you want to talk openly and honestly about this...
I do, actually, I feel a bit betrayed.
All right. That's why I got you breakfast, because you was texting me this morning saying, what are you up to at the weekend?
Whoa.
What are you doing next week?
Wow.
Are you staff? Are you freelance? You know, what's the vibe?
Is Feltz after you?
Her words, not mine. Feltsy said yesterday that
Feltsy now, is it?
Feltsy said that we have a strong bond.
Justin,
and she said at the end, she said it was nice to end yesterday.
Yeah.
I was at the New Year's Day parade in London. We had the world's biggest bass drum. She said it was nice to end with a bang. Her words, not mine.
Big fun.
So boobs is not news.
I do tap my cat.
Hey, Carol. Come over to the UK and do some concerts and appear on our show.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
In Roxton on the A1 Great North Road, there's roadworks at the Black Cat roundabout, so that could get slow when it gets busy, but it's looking fine at the moment. In Biddenham, there are roadworks on the A428 at the Branston Way, but they're not causing any problems at the moment either. Looking at the M1 and the A1M on the cameras, and it's not looking like rush hour, it's looking very quiet there at the moment. On the trains, though, there's a signalling problem in Nuneaton. That means that Virgin and London Midland trains from Milton Keynes to Rugby are running a reduced service today, and they're adding half an hour to the journey time because of those delays, and it's expected to cause problems until 10 o'clock this morning. On Thameslink, they are doing their engineering works, so they're only running 2 trains now between Sutton and Luton and St Albans. Samantha Braff, BBC Three Counties.
Thank you, Samantha. You're a good sport. Speak to you later on. Hey, we played loads of songs from records today. If you type in Iain Lee, BBC Three Counties Radio, it'll take you to a page that lists it all. Thank you, Catherine.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Kelly. Ta-ra.
Local and vocal across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 9 o'clock. I'm Simon Oxley. The headlines: ancient coins found in Buckinghamshire, rail fare